Y'all, we get it on, y'all.
Change it. I think that's one of the reasons why Clinton won. You know, Clinton had this no matter what.
I'll tell you, when we first had this conversation about the letters, you were right. And
you know, I was just playing it up, and these guys are like, "What? It has a boost!" You know, I mean, over 25-year-old guys.
Poor job of organizing, poor job of educating, too.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Oh my, opinions from both ends. You are listening to the DP Show with Dimmy and Phil.
Welcome to another DP Show. Welcome to everybody coming over from Scott Taylor's show. Thank you so much for joining us. And all of you usuals here, our regulars on the DP Show. Our telephone lines are open if you have any questions or comments. Although tonight, you should maybe grab a bottle of oxygen because you're going to be laughing your ass off. 215-383-5752 if you have any questions or comments. As always, if you're too shy, to call in, you can always leave your question or comment in the chat, whether it's on Facebook or on YouTube. And our good friend Bill Tarling, our technical producer of the show, our comment catcher, will relay it to me via private message. And if we find it interesting, we certainly will answer it or address it. But for now, let me just introduce the one, the only, the lovely, the robust, the creamy, the tan, the now fit, future Biker Hall of Fame, Mr. 𝗵𝗶𝗀.
So I get up this morning and I look at how this works is Dimitri creates the flyer for the show, right? And I don't know what's going to be on the flyer. And I get the flyer and it says Phil exposed. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. And I'm trying to think like some of the stuff that I did on the French show. And some of it just wasn't good, you know. But I just try to be very entertaining. I tried to be very entertaining. I try, like at times I take one for the team to entertain you guys and to show you a good time. To
you took one, all right. Yeah.
And I just have a feeling that a little bit. So, you know, when Dimitri said before, he said if you're embarrassed, you know, you can just type your message. You don't have to call in. If you're easily embarrassed, maybe you don't want to watch this show because God knows what's going to happen, what you're going to see, how red my face is going to, because he's got something planned. He's over there. He's got something planned.
No doubt about it.
And I'm concerned about it. So
yeah.
there's that. Thank Quantube.
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
Means he's selling those panties.
That's up, Christopher. Thanks.
I don't think you can mention OnlyFans. I think like YouTube comes against you, Facebook comes against you. All right.
Thanks, Christopher. We appreciate the $5 super chat.
So there was something else too. I had a lot of stuff going on. Now, see, right before the show, I was in a really good mood. I had a lot going on today. I was struggling to get everything done that I needed to get done today. Right. So in addition to the flyer I got this morning, right, I did get a text message from Dimitri, and he sent me a text message while I was walking. So I responded. I'm like, walking outside. I returned the message. Right. So then I forgot. This is going to happen. This is going to happen more and more. I mean, you know, if he's a real friend, he's going to just like, he's got to accept that. I know how he feels about this. We'll talk about how he feels about this, right? No. Because I did get scolded. So I got home after the walk. I got in the shower, and I know I had to do a review video today. I got the review video. I was starting it, and then I get a call from a guy who lives in Rochester who's in town, and he's like, let's go to lunch. And I actually told him, I'm like, oh my God. I said, I really want to see you. I said, but I got to get this video done. He's like, come on, let's go to lunch. So I went to lunch, and that like took 2 hours away from the day. So I got home, I got the video done as quickly as I could so I could go out on the bike because I still wanted to go out on the bike. I went out on the bike, I did a quick ride, I came back, I showered, here I am. Now, as soon as I come onto the show, or I don't give a fuck if he's doing the violent thing. I really don't care, right? As soon as we connect on Skype, I was telling him something funny, you know, I was in a good mood, and then he's like, listen, he went right to serious, like very serious. Listen, if you don't want to piss me off, he's being dead serious now. If you don't want to piss me off, don't make me wait. I think it was like 6 hours. 6 hours to respond to a message, and you know, and he in this case he's right. He's right because I said I was going to respond, but I forgot because everything that I had going on. Right?
Are you done?
I apologize, but he just went on.
Are you done?
Like he went on.
What you left out of your story was that the thing that I was messaging you about was about you. You forgot that out of your story as well too. Just make sure you put it in there, okay?
It was about me. It was about doing something for me, doing something nice for me. It was. It
won't happen now.
I dropped the ball. I did.
Yes. Yeah.
I dropped the ball.
You did.
Okay, and I apologize.
All right.
Am I forgiven?
Of course you're forgiven, yeah.
Or are you going to hold one of those
unless it happens
Greek
again
against me? Because those Greek grudges are brutal.
unless it happens again. Folks, we can't make this up. This happens all the time. You know, it's just...
old married couple, man.
That's right. You're a smart
old married couple.
That's right. You're a smart motherfucker. That's right.
All right, so...
You're a smart motherfucker. That's right.
So, without further ado, what we had this past week, we had a huge global... international launch of our newest products, the Coolfire Z80 paired with the now after 4 years the Zenith II tank. Something that we prepared, you know, for a very, very long time to launch. Unfortunately for us, it was 8 o'clock in the morning that we had to be with Innokin that was hosting the event and making sure that it goes out to all the platforms. Of course, we were simultaneously putting it on Phil's YouTube and on Facebook. Got up very early, 7 o'clock in the morning, you know, get showered up, get dressed up. And Phil comes on and we start the show and everything's going well. And as soon as Phil gets into, you know, presenting, you know, we're split it up. He's going to do the Coolfire Z80. I'm going to do the Zenith II. We've got, you know, we're looking good. We're looking sexy. And Phil's internet cuts out. It was unfortunate. What was unfortunate about it really was not that his internet got cut off. I mean, you know, it happens. You know, I'll carry him. If something happens to me, he'll carry me. That's how a relationship works. What I felt really bad about was the workers that were down the street from Phil's house, because Phil literally got into his golf cart and flew. I mean, as fast as you can go. You can imagine Phil furious in a golf cart. I mean, that should be just a 𝗷𝗵𝗂𝗧𝗂𝗧 movie by itself. But Phil furious, fast and furious in his golf cart, drives down to the cable guys that cut off his internet, and literally, I mean, Phil, you just chewed these guys out.
I lit him up, man. I lit him up. And as I'm doing it, like I'm yelling at the guy, and he's telling me, well, it got struck by lightning, and you haven't had internet until we get this ready going right now. I'm like, yeah, I did. I was just on the show. And I'm like, and then I'm yelling at this guy. I'm like, I'm in the middle of a global launch. He's probably looking at me like, "Who the fuck are you?" Like, seriously, global launch. Get your white ass, your white supremacy ass back in your golf cart. Get the fuck out of here. I was furious. It's like, it's that thing. It's that thing where your internet and your computer is perfect for months.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong.
That was unfortunate.
That one goddamn morning that you need it, that you really, really need it, goes away.
Hi, Craig.
If you want to ask, so Dimitri knows that I was angry because I was doing some yelling with him. Larry got the real brunt of it. Right?
Yeah.
Because Larry, he texted me. He's like, I think he was joking. He's like, you want to come over to my house? My internet was working. It was the wrong time to joke with me. It was just not a good time to joke with me. And I called him up, and I was just yelling. I was screaming. It wasn't Larry's fault. I was venting. Right? You really haven't seen, nobody's ever seen. Maybe Dimitri has.
I've seen him. Yeah.
That side of me where like I really lose my shit. Right? But it happens. It does happen.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You know what? My voice still isn't back from that day completely.
Larry had to change the batteries in his hearing piece after that incident with you on the phone?
He said as soon as I started going off, he just like went like this with the phone. He was backing off the phone, and I was apologizing. You know what? Listen, don't give me that hotspot shit. Because
Christopher, thanks for the $5 super chat, brother.
I tried the hotspot thing. I instantly went to the phone, made the hotspot, hooked up to the hotspot, and that shit didn't work. That didn't work.
He tried. He didn't work. He doesn't. You know what he should have done is have a laptop ready to go just in case and a backup on a hotspot. But he's very technology challenged. I see a comment here. My wife's using the Zenith II. She loves it. Small complaint though. I'm still waiting to see what that complaint is. Probably, I don't know. We're not there with her to enjoy it. That's probably going to be the only complaint. I mean, it'd be nicer if we were sitting around all vaping together. Using my Zenith II right now, and I love it, says Jackie. Thank you so much, Jackie. We're glad that you love it. All right, so I have an Aspire Nautilus 2, says Michael. I've never tried a Zenith tank before. How does it compare to my Aspire one I love? I think it's pretty similar, Michael. It's just sexier, I think, than the Nautilus 2. It's just easier to feel, easier to change the coil, in my opinion. But as far as the vape quality, if you're happy with Aspire Nautilus 2, you really don't need it. If you want something that's easier to feel, because the Aspire Nautilus 2, you do have to take the cage out and fill it up, and then you have to remove all the liquid from the inside to change the coil. If those things don't bother you, stay with the Nautilus 2. Ed Totting, when changing,
I think we are going to do some close-up stuff today too, and
just for the
Zenith
II
coil change.
Yeah,
what's that?
Just for the Zenith II.
So I am going to show coil change, and I think it's something that needs to be said. And I think it needs to be said more by Innokin too. I think we still have the easiest and cleanest coil change on the market today.
No doubt. By far.
No doubt, right?
Ed Totting, here's the complaint. When changing coil, the locking ring was hard to turn and sliced finger. Once it was loosened, it was much easier.
Is that with the Zenith Pro?
With the Zenith II. I would see it with the Zenith Pro. I don't know how you sliced your finger with the Zenith II. It's got all those curves on the bottom for you to unscrew.
What's he slicing his finger on?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. He says once it was loosened up, it was much easier.
Okay.
Little Band-Aid, it'll be all right. As long as your wife is vaping happy, that's all that matters, my friend. That's all that matters. Things could be worse, and you'll see on the show later on. Things could be way worse for you. All right. What else? Hi, Pam. Nice to see you too. A little bit late, but that's okay. That's okay. As long as you're here, that's all that really, really matters. All right. Got any questions or comments? Put them in the chat and make sure Bill will relay him over to me. I don't know if you saw this. Just real quick. I just want to put this out there. This was just a little bit weird. I don't know if you saw this here. Did you see this guy being tased for vaping on the boardwalk up in MD?
Are you kidding me?
And I don't want to talk about this way too much because there's a lot of conflicting stories. But the main story of it says, police in Ocean City, Maryland, tasered a 17-year-old teenager after they accused him of vaping yesterday. And this is not the first incident that happens on this boardwalk. A year ago, or I want to say 2 years ago, I'll find it for you as well too. But a couple of years ago, the same thing happened with smoking. Like it got out of hand, and tasers came out, and people attacked him and all that. And I'm one that, and you know this, Phil, we're the same way. I'm one, I follow the law. What if they tell me to stop, I stop. I'm not going to argue. If police pulls me over, I'll put my hands up. I'll follow directions. I don't want to get tasered because I love tasered videos. Like tasered videos is my favorite pastime. If you would ask me if I would be either doing the show right now or watching new tase videos, I'd say I don't want to watch tase videos. But I don't want to get tased. I just want to watch them and laugh, right? But I mean, in this case, at what point enough is enough? I mean, we're talking about enforcing, some laws or whatever. But tasing a 17-year-old, I don't want to make this about the race card. He was black and the cops were white or whatever. That's not my position to say. But strictly on the vaping thing, there was a big story written at Reason today, and don't be surprised when stupid laws are maintained with force. The irony of this entire thing, Phil, is that Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids put out a statement that we're horrified and outraged by the incident of police violence. They tweeted this out. And they're the ones that push for this ban. They're the ones that push for the flavor ban. And it's just, the irony of this is that, I guess, why did I bring this up? At what point is enough is enough? At what point we as people take back our rights and as citizens? At what point? Yeah.
And I mean, so somebody asked me, I think it was on Brent's show when we were talking about, what's going on with vaping, and you like what you're saying, like when is enough enough? And like you feel trapped, you feel cornered. Like, what do? Like everything we've tried didn't work. Nothing, all the legal direction, everything, nothing. The groups, the organization, nothing has worked. Right. So what do we do? What do we do next? When you're an adult and you want to make a good decision for yourself and you don't want to die of cancer and you don't want to smoke, right? What do you do? What's your recourse?
Yeah.
How do you fight it? I mean, and the word I want to use that would get this video banned from YouTube, because there's a lot of words you can't use on YouTube anymore. I mean, is that our only choice? Is that what we have to do? Because it seems like it's the only thing that gets attention, right? I mean, I hate to say that, but you try to do everything legally and you try to do everything the right way, and nothing gets done. You don't get anywhere. So. What's the alternative when you want to be heard? When you want a freedom, a right?
Yeah, man. I just don't know, man. This particular incident really, I mean, it mind boggles me that police would take. I mean, you see people, on the street that they're doing 100 miles an hour in a car, and sometimes the police backs off because it's it's dangerous. So they'll just let the guy go. You know what I'm saying? If they're chasing, I'll watch police chases is my second favorite video. But really I'm actually in a dedicated group called Pursuits of Happiness. It's a group where people go live when there's a pursuit all over the country, and they bring the feed in. It's amazing. But you'll see in some pursuits the cops will back off, right? They'll say, just let him go. We got his plate. We'll catch up. We don't want to hurt anybody. And now you have the situation. Like, at what point, like whatever, any police officer. At what point do you use a little bit of common sense and say, just let this kid go? Right. He's taking a couple of puffs off,
Like if I were the police now, with everything that's going on, first of all, I do support and I appreciate the job that the police do. Let me make that statement, right? But if I were the police, I kind of think you would have to pick and choose your battles.
Yeah.
Considering what you see, what's going on, right? Pick and choose your battles and do it wisely. You know, now if you're going to tase this kid and go full on knee to the head, I mean, you're just being stupid and you're asking for fucking problems.
Yeah.
You're asking for
but this kid complied. I mean, this kid complied. That's the other thing too. I can see if it's some, privileged guy like you bitching about your internet. You know, if I was a cop, I'd beat the shit out of you too. But I mean, this kid complied, and you know, this is the stuff that needs to be exposed way beyond just reason, right? Way beyond some of these websites. This is stories that should be out in mainstream media to tie in what Bloomberg and Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids have actually caused the police of taking time away from somebody that could be, being robbed or raped or killed or whatever at that moment, to tase and 3 of them to attack a kid that was taking a puff on a vape pen. America, you need to wake up. We all need to wake up. Question from A010, a suggestion for a decent AIO dedicated to MTL and rebuildable. You're not going to find anything that's decent AIO rebuildable that's mouth to lung. Nothing. They're all direct lung. They all don't do mouth to lung good. So you're either going to have to pick something that's a pre-made coil, or you're going to have to go RTA tank. Yeah, in my opinion. I saw a really good comment over here about the Aries that I just don't want to forget it. He's like, he's surprised. Hello, 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗹, new to the channel, just after being shocked by how Aries 2 vapes, considering how much it costs. Good to see you guys talk live from South Korea. Michael, hey. Welcome from South Korea here. We appreciate that. We were just talking about this the other day on the French show on the One Shot Media about how inexpensive and good quality, because they asked us to pick our favorite tanks. So that's what we did.
Yeah, you might want to watch that because the answer was very interesting.
Yeah. Well, you screwed it up again, but that's okay. That's all right. You were drinking, so I don't hold that against you. Larry says, "How about flying motorcycle videos?" That's my third favorite. Larry says, that's my third favorite.
You were really bent out of shape when they pulled that cop show off the air, because that's
my God, Live PD, dude, I was so into it. I have an alt Twitter account to tweet when Live PD was on. Oh my God, I'd lay it into him. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Tase him! Like, that was my tweet to Live PD the whole time. It was like, tase him!
Hey, remember, how we were talking earlier, how sometimes my mind, I forget things. I forgot something for this show.
Oh boy.
Okay. I've got a quick video clip on this camera that I need to pull off and I need to play on this show because I think it's important.
Okay? Go ahead.
So can you just entertain the crowd and give me literally a couple minutes? Of course I can.
Ed Todding says she has gone through at least 6 chroma kits, handed lots of them out to new vapors. A big applause. Thank you so much. Helping people quit smoking is my favorite thing to do after tasing videos, of course. The most dangerous thing about vaping, says Marshall Keith, the government. That is absolutely true, man. I'm telling you what, things are really tightening down all over the place, especially here in the United States. You know what I've noticed a lot? I've noticed a lot of people giving up. I saw, this past week, there were a couple of calls to action. One from James Jarvis that got a really good amendment in his bill in Ohio passed, asking for help. Nobody really cares. Vaping Legion, that used to be a very, very active attack group, especially against antis and me sometimes, but against antis, I see no traction in there. All just the usual 5-6 people. And when people give up, the government wins and vaping dies. It's unfortunate, but the government definitely had their hand into killing a lot of people. Lawsuits are coming against that. Count on it, absolutely, and they should be sued, man. Absolutely. Not only the cops beat you, they laugh at you. Also, says Juice Man. Yeah, man. Listen, I don't want to make this about cops and whatever. I don't want to make it about that. I just want to keep it in with a vaping company. But I've seen that as well too, man. I've seen it, especially when they think that there's no cameras around. But hey, you know what? Today's technology, man. There's cameras everywhere you turn. That's one of the things that I'm always concerned about when me and Phil are traveling. is that every time I tell him, I said, Phil, there's cell phone cameras around. Be careful what you're going to do and what you're going to say, because there's a camera around every corner now. So you got to be careful. All right. What the Foot offers a 2 ml tank, which is compatible for this European pin code. The tank is compatible with the 𝗔𝗵𝗶𝗃 drag and so on. Would love to try this combination. I'm telling you from, my experience is that it doesn't MTL. You have to cut down the airflow, and that doesn't really give you an MTL. It just gives you a tight direct lung pull. All right.
Yeah, I will be in a second. If I show you the video right now, you're just going to laugh at me until the end of the show. So you got to give me a second because for some reason it's recorded sideways.
Oh boy, man! Don't you know how to adjust your?
I recorded it right. I don't know why it came off the camera sideways. And like every time I do something right, this happens. And when I see this, I cringe. Not because I messed up, but because I know what you're going to say about me.
You're technologically challenged. I didn't say it. Zen said it, and he is the expert. Facebook keeps freezing up here. We'll keep refreshing and see if it catches up. I don't know, but for me, it seems like it's running pretty smooth. I don't see any issues. Let me see if Restream has anything that it's saying here. Nope. Looks good. All right. Hey, Salford Vapor. What's up, buddy? Nice to see you here. Up very, very early over there in over the pond. Read Michelle Minton's article to be back live tomorrow about Bloomberg. Look, yeah, Pam, I listen, I get it. We all know about Bloomberg and what they're doing. But the problem is that mainstream media is not putting it out there. Okay, all these articles that are coming out, from 𝗣𝗵𝗶𝗹 and all that. It's great. All the vapors are sharing it. We read it. We get angry, but it's just not getting further. There's not an expose. It's not, because he controls everything. So there's, he doesn't care if I write an article or if 𝗣𝗵𝗶𝗹 writes an article and we post it on Twitter and then a couple hundred vapors retweet it. There's zero impact in that. I mean, absolutely no impact at all. So it would be nice to see it getting out. Thanks for answering the question. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's what we're here for. We're here to help.
Oh my, opinions from both ends. You are listening to the DP Show with Dimmy and Phil.
And try to give you opinions from both ends, of course. Have you seen the graphic on Grimm Green's device review showing the feel hole? No, I have not. But we have something prepared for that as well, too. Leaked documents paint a very different story. Yes. Can we get them on 2020? Can we get them on Dateline Secrets Uncovered? Can we get it on Meet the Press on Sunday? Can we get it on mainstream ABC News Nightline? That's what gets that's what gets the attention. Not where we are. Dimmy, I'm an old man, can't sleep these days. Plus planning videos. Yeah, you're not that old, man. Okay, you're still kicking. You're about as old as Phil. Don't worry about it. You're still kicking. Might forget a little bit. Might not return your messages, but at least you're still kicking. Larry says he's going to blow again. Hey, Christopher. Phil, I'm still waiting for the legal vape pod system video. We talked about that when we were down to, thanks for the $5 super chat in your wave, Dave. We've actually discussed a scenario of doing this. We really have. It's just that...
I've talked it over with Larry too, and we know what we want to do. It's just a matter of doing it, like just getting the material together and just doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, are you ready to go?
I just need to render it.
What the hell are you taking? I mean, you're taking the entire show to rent. Are you going to edit it now, like during the show? I mean,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I really want to show it because I think it's important, and it kind of corresponds to like some of the things that we were just talking about.
Is it funny or no?
What's that?
Is it funny or no?
No, it's not funny. It's serious.
Man, I was going to start doing the funny stuff, but I guess we'll have to wait now because it's serious and it's going to take you forever to...
No, it doesn't take... hey, look, I'm editing a video while I'm doing the show. Not too bad, okay? The old man still got it. Some in some aspects, okay?
By the way, if you have not put in your contest entry, you can go on Phil's channel right now and look at the release of the Coolfire Z80 and Zenith II. We're going to be drawing three winners that are going to receive the entire Coolfire Z80 Zenith II kit with your name engraved on the... I don't even have that. I don't think I have it. Do I? No, I don't. Your name will be engraved right there. Or whatever you want to put on there. You want to put Phil. You want to put Dimitri is sexy. Anything that you want. If you win it, you get whatever you want engraved over there. Go Yankees. Whatever you want to do.
The limit.
I'm gonna put I love tasing on mine.
So anyway, at lunch today, I had lunch with a friend up north. He's a veteran. I think his father's a vet too. And we started talking, and he said something, and I was like, "Stop!" I said, "Let me get out the camera." and let me just record what you just said. And I've got it now. Hopefully the audio will come through. It's just a real quick clip, right?
I doubt it.
But it's from the horse's mouth. It's different when it comes from us versus the horse's mouth.
Okay.
Right? So let me go ahead and turn on my desktop audio, and let's see if I can get this to play.
Can't hear anything. There's no audio.
There's no audio?
Nope.
Shit. Okay. So anyway, like I said, it was a disaster.
Who didn't think this is going to be a disaster,
Yeah,
really?
who didn't think that was going to be a mess? All right, come off of me.
Okay.
So what he said was Cuomo took vaping away from his father, right?
Yeah, that sucks.
Because his father was using like a flavored vape.
Yeah.
And he said, Cuomo took vaping away from my father. And I said, well, what happened? He said, my father went back to smoking.
Yeah, that's sad.
You know, it's not just us saying it. You know, it's not just like this, you know, maybe that's happening behind the scenes. You know, maybe it's not. It's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
People are going back to smoking.
Oh, yeah,
this is where I almost want to see like a class action lawsuit. God forbid one of these people lose their lives that were vaping and now are forced to smoke because they can't get the product that they need, right? And something happens, they get sick, they die, God forbid, right? Because your government took something away from you that was a healthier alternative to what you were doing. Is that what we need? Is it a lawsuit? That's got to like a class action lawsuit.
I mean, if I had the money, I would sue. I would support a lawsuit in those states and bring some attention to it. But it's like I told you, it's going to cost you a couple $1 million, and you need a PR to go along with it. I wish a company would step up and do it. Thanks for the $5 super chat, Christopher. Can I get engraved the picture of Phil in the hospital? Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever you want.
It will fit on there. Absolutely, it will fit on there. It's got a little teeny weeny. Oh my God, really name on it. Guess I better do my review and stop using it all day. That is an awesome prize. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Alexandro says, Hi, Alexander, all the way from Greece. Nice to see you, my friend. He's like, you came to Greece so fast and you left. I'm like that. I'm very efficient. I go in, do my work, and leave.
Yeah, that's you.
That's me. That's me. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's what the scientists are starting now. Are people going back to cigarettes instead of actual efficacy research? Well, I mean, we saw in San Francisco the same results. New York's going to have the same results. People are going to go back to smoking. I think what Phil is saying is there a case for a lawsuit here? If you were if you had quit smoking and you were using a product to stay off cigarettes, and then they take that product away and you go back to cigarettes, do you have a lawsuit? I guarantee you there's an ambulance chaser that would take that. I guarantee it. I guarantee you that somebody would want to take that case. But you have to have some money, and you need to have some PR to support it behind. We talked about this at the French show as well, too, because every time that you have a high-profile case, you also have to hire a PR firm that goes behind it in order for you to get out the story in the press. You're trying to get the press on your side. But anyway, not here or there. I know you sent it to me, but now you already talk about it. But I mean, you know, it took 15 minutes and just the audio wasn't working. I just want to put that out as well, too. But anyway, this past week, if you didn't see it, we were on with David, the beautiful David, on One Shot Media. We had an amazing time. It was a really, really good show. If you haven't seen it, just search One Shot Media on YouTube and look at the show that says Manscaping. Manscaping Advocates. Here, let me just give you a little taste of what it was looking like. I don't know what Phil was doing here. I think he was praying to baby Jesus.
That's like the worst picture ever of me.
I know, but it's gonna be funny. It has to be fun.
Why you got my head back like that?
I did. I just did a little freeze frame right there. That's what popped up. But nonetheless, we've known David for a very long time, a very good friend of ours. We always have a good time hanging out with him. Of course, we haven't seen him in a while, so he invited us on, and it was going to be a half-serious show. We were serious for about 20 minutes until the drinking started. It's always a little competition between David and Phil. Phil's very, very competitive. I don't know if you know that. Phil's very, very competitive. So he's not going to let anybody drink him underneath the table. That's actually, you know, one of the times in Paris that they did the same thing live. So they started going shot for shot, and, you know, within 30 minutes, Phil. By the way, you drank the whole bottle of Jack during that show, because I went back and looked at the replay. So within an hour, Phil was completely gone. And you know what was funny about it is that David, at some point, disconnected too. His power went down in his show, and so we kind of took over the show. That was pretty fun. Let me see if I can find that clip for you here. And then we try to do our best impression of David, the very beautiful French. Where is it? I had it right here. There we go. All right, and put it right here so you guys can see it. Come on, internet. Uh-oh, is my internet gonna cut out?
Oh boy!
I'm just kidding.
Boy,
I'm just kidding.
Let it not only be me. Well, I don't know.
With a one-shot media, I will do 𝗕𝗓𝗄𝗎 with you. You know, I have beautiful hair. Look at my hair.
Look at my beautiful hair. Look at how long my beautiful hair.
Beautiful beard in my face. Look at this. I will make you. I will do 𝗘𝗓𝗘𝗓 for you in your ear. It's just so. Man, I swear to God, it was like
I tell you what, we really don't miss a beat though. You know, for as much as we piss off each other at times, we just work really well together, and we feed off of each other, and it just works.
That worked really good.
Even the launch live that we did with Innokin. Right, that was it was such a mess. The beginning of that show was such a mess. Somehow, whatever Dimitri did, his link, it was like solid, and we broadcasted through all of it.
We did.
All of it. And it was like really good until my internet went down, right? And that was absolutely beyond my control.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went right. See, that whole thing started with a live show that we did in France. Right.
Yes.
Well, actually, no, it kind of started before that.
Yeah,
it started the first time I went to France in Paris, and I saw the Vaporwave video with David. And David sat next to me, and he translated the movie because the movie was all in French.
Yeah, we both had translators.
What's that?
Both had translators. I don't remember who it was.
We both had translators. And he was like basically whispering in my ear during the entire movie, telling me what was going on screen. And then we went to an after party. And for whatever reason, like I don't know David. It was like the first time I met David. He just looks at me. He goes, "I'm going to drink you under the table." I was like, "What?" You know, right? I mean,
I was there.
It was just like that. I was like, "Okay, you can try." So we started doing shots, and then we just bought a bottle of Jack, a big bottle of Jack. Dimitri will tell you, we drank the entire bottle of Jack.
30 minutes gone.
Right after the bottle of Jack was gone, I told David, I said, "Come on, let's go to the bar and get some more shots." I didn't say it like that. I probably said it more like, "Come on, let's go to the bar and get some more shots."
Yeah.
So he's like, he goes, "I'll be right with you." He goes, "I'll be right there." And I go to the bar, I order some shots. I turn around, no David. That was the last I saw of David.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the next day at the show, he was supposed to be there early because he had stuff with One Shot Media.
Yeah.
No David.
Yeah, and and then it just became our thing. When we were next time we were in Paris, they were doing a live broadcast from Vapexpo, and they had us invited in the booth, and they had this moonshine that was the most delicious thing I've ever drank in my life. I don't know what it was, some peach, moonshine that's locally made or whatever. We drank everything. There was nothing left. So it was but anyway, the same thing happened in this show as well too. At some point it really got out of hand. So we did our little serious thing in the, a little promotion for Innokin, of course, and our tank and all that. And then when that was over with, then the weird questions got started and all that. And at some point, you guys remember here on the DP show a couple weeks ago, I had given my my present to Phil for his birthday, and I tell you what, Phil, I mean, I gotta hand it to him. The guy is a baller. I never expected him to do this live on the cam, but at some point, this actually happened live on YouTube.
That's the pause.
We're talking about the whole package.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm not wearing.
See right there, right there. I know things are about to go down because I don't know if you saw that little move, but that little move was him pulling down his beautiful jean shorts, which by the way David made fun of as well too. It's not just me there, but that move right there, I was like, oh my God, it's about to go down, and here we go.
You know what's funny?
Yeah. Go ahead.
That move right there that you just saw.
Yeah.
That means I'm either getting ready to show you my underwear or I'm getting ready to take a dump. Because it's the same move.
I thought you were going to take a piss bottle out and piss because you didn't want to get up and leave the show. That was my first thought. But then it gets funnier because this is where I really pick up what you're going to do. Watch. You have to really pay attention, folks. Watch here. Watch here.
Even in
Get
summers,
the look on your face.
Watch
Watch
here. Watch my boxers. Tell me you're wearing my boxers. Now, right there, Phil is a. Tell you what's happening right there. Phil right here is adjusting his manhood. That's exactly what he's doing because he's about to. What he's doing is adjusting his junk because he wants to make it look. It's about to go on camera. I didn't know. Again, at this point, I realized that. I still thought I was like, maybe he's just taking it out to take a piss underneath the desk. He hasn't taken a piss in a very long time. But then it really came out.
Oh, you.
Listen, David. You were just talking about packing.
I'm going full screen for this.
Oh, he went full
You were
full
talking about
screen?
David.
Oh,
You were
shit.
talking about packing.
Dicks.
Guys,
Hold on a second.
it's
Listen,
getting real.
David, I am gonna push your views to infinity and
Oh
beyond.
my. Okay, so I would argue that statement. I would be first on the record to argue that statement to say that that's probably the opposite what this is about to do. All right.
Oh my
Listen,
god.
David, I have a question.
Hang on.
Do you? This is a legitimate question, David.
And now just by the way Phil's talking, that he's already shit faced right now.
I apologize. I listen to the people who are
feel-
watching this show. I apologize.
You
for
can look at
anything
my
that's about to
face.
happen.
You can look at my face, and I know this shit's about to go down right here.
Do you
Look
feel-
at David.
I mean, because you're
David's
clearly
worried.
popular with the females. I mean, look at you.
I'm
Very, very
Beautiful.
popular.
I am.
You're a beautiful human being. You're a beautiful
I know.
man, right?
Oh my god.
Do you feel that the females would be attracted to this right here? Okay.
Put him on big screen. So immediately, my first comment is, put him on big screen. That's my first, because I catch it immediately. Like, David, what are you doing? Put it on big screen. And I had the audio ready, but that's not me. That's from the replay. That's how quick I was with a
Can we
button.
please? Can we please get off of this
I
now?
mean-
Hold on.
Yeah.
Can we please?
No! David, tell me that's not the best gift I have ever given him. I mean, so I just want to say, first of all, that was pretty ball. I mean, that takes a lot of gut. Well, it takes a lot of Jack Daniels. Then it takes a lot of Jack Daniels for you to do that. I'm crying again from this. But man, I'm gonna be honest with you. You've lost some weight, and those shorts really look good on you. They really do.
Yeah. Thank you for all of the smiles, the smiley faces. I appreciate all that. As I turn red over here, it was kind of epic. Yeah.
But
you know what? I look at it like they're like biker shorts, really. I mean, it's not like it's not like your old Fruit of the Looms. It's like boxer briefs. I wear boxer briefs.
oh,
anyway,
here
right?
I've got some frames cut out from it. Look,
Yeah,
I
can
mean, it
we
looks
please-
good. I
can we-
can't,
that's enough. Can we take that off now?
I've got some frames.
Please. See, you have control of the fucking. Okay.
Yeah. But what I did is, because I'm a nice guy, what I did is I actually took screenshots and I sent them to the FBI laboratory up in Washington, D.C. And they did some, forensics work to these pictures. Here you'll see them in progression. Here they go a little bit deeper inside. Let's see, they get a little bit closer. And then this really surprised me. I didn't see this. This was on top of your short. Did you see that?
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, did you see that? I cannot believe I missed that during the live show, man. Oh, by the way, since it was in DC, Condoleezza Rice sent me a message as well too. I don't know what she was doing. Why she put that in there. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you.
Oh, but wait, there's more.
There's more. Phil on that show. I mean, he was trying to get sponsorships. He was trying to get sponsorships from Tanned as Fuck. He was trying to get sponsorships from his back scratcher. He was trying to get from his back shaver. He was trying to get sponsorships from his trimmer. He was trying to get sponsorships from Jack Daniels. I can now proudly announce that we do have a sponsor for the show. It's unbelievable, folks. It finally, all his hard work paid off.
Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today we are going to be talking about the Penis Pump #1 by Bonus. So let's get started. So this is the pump itself. And And the Penis Pump #1 by Boners gives your penis more volume. All you simply do is apply some water-based lubricant to the opening just here.
Okay,
and
we
let
understand.
Your penis simply glide
We get it. We get it. Okay, hey,
So
look,
proud of our
I'm a
sponsorship.
grower, not a shower, but that's beside the point. Let me tell you something. So this is how, like, normally, here they are, by the way. Here they are. Not on me this time. But hey, look, I'm a team player. I took one for the team, man. I try to entertain everybody.
You did. You did.
I did.
You did. No. Hey,
Embarrassed the fuck out of myself. So,
hey, I bow to
here they
you.
are.
Absolutely.
Now, ordinarily, right? Like I wouldn't wear these to sleep because they're too special, But I was so hammered, I like kind of passed out in them, right? And I apologize for all the content on the show tonight.
Hey, why are you apologizing? There's nothing to apologize.
The next morning, I woke up and. Sometimes you have the morning woody, the morning hard on, right? I did. I had
Sometimes, every morning.
And Dimitri looked like a unicorn. It was like I looked down. I'm like, "Hey, Dimitri, good morning."
That's funny, Phil. Big thank you out to David for having us on. It was just a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun, and and big well, not big balls, but big guts for you to do that live on the air. Absolutely. First time watching the DP show, but this is funnier than all the talk shows from South Korea. We're big in South Korea, brother. We're big. Hey, Christopher, thanks for the $10 super chat. Can that P pump be engraved as well? Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to make this happen with our sponsor. You know what it would be nice if we did? We should put, like we have an Easter egg underneath the Aries. We could put an Easter egg on the bottom of that penis pump. P and D, like a little heart and a thing going through. Oh my God, that's funny. Look, everybody's laughing. Everybody's so laughing. Stop, please. I don't want to laugh out a hernia. I told you. Vale to muchi,
I always say, I may not be a 21700, but the vape quality is pretty good.
Yeah. It does. It lasts a long time. It really does. To the point where it's just too much. By the way, I want to say that preparing for this bit, I had to search, penis pump, male enhancement pump, and all kind of shit on YouTube. And now my Facebook feed is full of fucking erectile dysfunction ads for pills, pumps, anything you want. My Facebook is full right now. Anybody sees my Facebook right now is going to think I have a problem, which is not true. It really is not true.
So let me tell you something. What friends are supposed to do, okay? And I've often said that, and I have stories about me and Dimitri with this. Now, don't forget that was supposed to be a drinking show for all three of us, right? Dave was hammered. I was clearly hammered. Dimitri, not so much. Now, what's supposed to happen? Like a real friend, right, is supposed to protect me. Prevent me from doing stupid stuff. Right?
What am I supposed to do? Fly to Florida?
No,
it was great.
No. Like he doesn't do it, but wait, what are you supposed to do? Fly to Florida? Why? Because if you were here, you would have stopped me from doing it. Because let me tell you
No,
something.
I would
There
enhance
many times when you and I were together, where you were supposed to be protecting me. You were supposed. I mean, this goes back to our early days.
It does.
Right?
It does.
At the hillbilly bar that
at
we
the
were
Texas
at,
in Texas.
right?
Yeah.
We were drinking like live fish. It was crazy.
It was horrible.
Right. And look, when I drink, I go hard. Right. I don't sip. I don't drink beer.
Choice
I
of
do
words
shots.
there.
Like, why waste fucking time? Right. I go hard. I get very, very self-destructive. If I'm going to do it, like everything I do it right.
$5 super chat from Christopher. Is that pump TBD compliant? Yes, for Phil it is. It's only a 2 ml capacity.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. I knew that was coming. So I'm drinking. I'm having a good time. Now, my good friend,
yes,
who's supposed to protect me.
Yes.
He comes up to me. He hands me a piece of paper.
Yes.
I'm shit-faced, right? He hands me. He goes, listen. He goes, that guy over there, he wants your autograph, but he's really embarrassed to come over here and ask you for it, right? Yes. He goes, can you just do me a favor and sign this? I was like, okay. I said, sure. I said, come over. But he's like, no, he won't come. I'm like, all right, I'll sign it for him. I sign it for him. And Dimitri goes off. Okay. Do you know what I signed? I signed a waiver form so that they could take me up on stage and whip me with belts. That's what I signed. That's what he gave me. My friend who's protecting me over there. My friend who's protecting me when I'm drunk. That's what he did. That's what he did.
Exactly what I did.
It's exactly. I know exactly.
But
yeah.
but it was funny. I mean, I did it for the laughter, like you said as well too. But listen, I would never let you get hurt. I always protected you. Make sure you get back to the hotel in one piece. Man, I tell you what, these guys. This just came in. I didn't even do anything. I didn't do this. This just came in right now. I mean, this is our audience. So it's not just us. Our audience is also picking up on it. This literally just came in. The meme just came in.
Can you just say what you just said again out loud one more time?
What?
About you
that I
making
protect
sure that I get home safe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I do it for the entertainment value because I know the people that follow us enjoy the fun and the banter. Okay, so I make sure that I add to that, and then but when it's time for me to be secure with you, I make sure that I secure you. I take the package back to the hotel, make sure that it's safe, fed, in bed, and all that.
And what about that time in China?
Yeah, there's one time, but the great thing about that time in China is that you can't talk about it on the air. So it's not valid. You can't talk about it.
That's gonna have to wait for the book, huh?
That's gonna have to wait for the book. Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of those. But look, somebody has to, egg it on. That's all that boys.
You egg it on, but I mean, I'm right there. Hey, look, if I can be the life of the party and bring joy into people's lives, even by embarrassing myself, I'm absolutely okay with that.
Listen to Phil speak in here. Listen to Phil speak. This is the best part. Listen to Phil speak.
Sure, man.
No. I said,
That's what he asked. What is the best-selling juice in the unsalted line?
That's it.
In the U.S. it says.
Oh, all right. So in my mind, anyway, it's in the U.S. In my mind, anyway, it's the U.S. It's the watermelon peach. You confirmed number one best-selling flavor in the unsalted line. Possibly in the U.S. Probably not, but possibly in the U.S. Okay.
Like
it's fantastic. Remy, listen, Remy. I'm going to let you in on a little secret right now. Okay?
Remy, this
is an exclusive. This is only Dave is. We are releasing version 2 of the unsalted line. Okay, and version.
It's like
I don't remember what I said here. No.
It's like a little pause. No, it's just like you're pausing. It's like you're trying to get your brain cells back in order. It's just you can see the wheels are just turning very slowly. It's so funny. Oh my God, yeah.
One thing that I've always loved, like back when I was DJing or like doing the reviews, going to the shows and meeting people. I love to make people smile. I love to entertain people. I love to, like, when they walk away from me, right? I want people to say, hey, you know what? Phil was a really fun guy. Phil was a really cool guy to talk to.
It's part of your personality. From being a DJ, I think. Yeah, absolutely.
Huh?
From being a DJ, it's just part of your personality.
Yeah, because I was always trying to entertain the crowd. I was always trying to move the crowd, and that kind of carried over with DJ. And I've always loved to just making people feel good about themselves, even if it is at my expense. So
yeah. Question from John Haymaker. Did Phil kill a hooker in China? No, but it was close. It was close. Listen, it was that close.
No, Phil,
you're gonna have to wait for the book.
Killed in China.
Yeah, you have to wait for the book. We can't. And by the way, Chris says he's gonna fund the book with super chats. It's not the funding that we're concerned about. The book, Chris. Once this book is published, we're gonna piss off 90% of the industry. 90% of this industry is gonna come after us. So. We have to do it when we exit, when we retire from vaping, when we go back to smoking. We're going to have to release the book. But anyway, what's up, 𝗂𝗄? Nice to see you. Can't wait for this tell-all book. Yes, Angela, it's going to be... It's going to be real stories, but just the other day, I'm going to tell you what happened. Just the other day, when I was in Greece, Phil, and I signed the lease on the Force store, Greg took a picture of me with like this, with my 4 fingers out in front of the new store.
Yeah, that looked gang, man. That looked,
didn't that look banging?
Yeah.
Did that scare you a little bit?
Yeah, I thought gang signs were going on. I didn't know.
And then 3 days later, a competitor goes and signs a lease and does the same picture. I screenshot it, of course, because that's going to go in the book as well. That's the kind of stuff you're going to go in the book. We're going to be able to go back and tell you what miserable rats are in this fucking industry. We're gonna show you, we're gonna prove to you, and we're gonna tell you stories of miserable, envious, jealous rats in this industry.
Here's going to be the challenge doing the book, at least from my perspective. So Dimitri, it's really going to be no challenge. Here's why. He screenshots everything. He records everything. He keeps everything. He's got everything documented, right? Everything. Me, I'm just going to have to kind of remember it all. And there's not a lot of shit I'm remembering these days. So it's going to be a challenge. So
it's all in here, baby.
I'm sure he probably knows half of my stories better than I do at this point, right?
yeah. It's all in that hard drive, baby. Take it everywhere. Was there a bat and a pangolin involved? No, Thomas. Actually, Phil started COVID that night. That's what happened. And he brought it back to America. That's exactly what happened.
Oh, great.
I will fund the legal fees, says. Yes, we're probably going to need... Well, no, I mean, I think there might be. There might be a couple of lawsuits in there. By that time, vaping is going to be dead anyway. Everybody's going to be using IQOS, so don't worry about it. It's all going to be good. Nobody's going to be around. Will Phil be reviewing the pump on his channel? That's a valid question.
No.
Although
I really kind of like, we've talked about this before.
Yeah, I thought you wanted to do
sex toys. Look,
yeah.
We're seeing other reviewers now break into other things.
Well,
right?
I wouldn't say break into it.
I think we should review sex toys. I think we should.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down.
I tell you what, it would be. Think about how funny it would be if you and I reviewed male sex toys. How much fucking fun that would be.
Oh my God, it would be hilarious. It would be hilarious. But
it would be.
But again, we'd have to be exit from the vaping industry.
Yeah, but shit, we don't even need to change the name of the show. The DP show works perfect for that.
Yeah. Here's a picture of me taking the Phil back home safe from the Edmonton vet in Canada. I forgot to show you this picture. I made sure he was good and his makeup was on him before he took a nap.
You know what? Actually, the original picture is actually really good. I don't know why they did that to the original picture, but the original picture was legitimately me passed out on that.
You were
bed.
Passed out. Hey, from Ringo, Georgia. I live in Ringo, Georgia as well too. What's up, Georgia boy? Go ahead.
I would say, like, back in the earlier days of vaping and us going to shows, I think I went harder than I have recently. More recently,
yeah,
you know.
Right. You're so lame.
Our last show, although we haven't traveled in a while, but I just have that feeling, you know, considering like the weight loss and how I feel right now and some other stuff that's gone on. I think it's going to be balls to the wall when we start traveling,
especially with my underwear. Oh yeah, I can't wait. I want that vintage 𝗶𝗺 back. I haven't seen him in 3 years.
I love when Dimitri says, like, I'll ask him like the next day or that night. I'm like, dude, did I embarrass myself? You know what he says? No, man. Classic 𝗶𝗺, man. It's classic 𝗶𝗺. You did good.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, he's like, I know in the back of his head, he's like, oh, I'm going to pull this snip and this snip and this snip, and he's going to embarrass the shit out of him. But I appreciate when he says classic 𝗶𝗺.
Yeah, vintage.
Right?
Vintage 𝗶𝗺 is what.
Vintage. That's right.
Yes.
Vintage 𝗶𝗺.
Classier than classy.
Vintage 𝗶𝗺. Because it was, I mean, you remember in the earlier days, like I couldn't wait. I mean, I loved the shit out of the event, but I also loved the shit out of what was going to happen after the event. All the little after parties, all the little like the bars that came out on the tables after the product got pulled down, like the hardcore drinking, the moonshine, what were they? The strawberries that were soaked in alcohol that you would eat one strawberry, put you on the ground. Man, just some really, really fun times, and I backed off a little bit, but I think we should go hard again.
Yeah. Hey, listen. The thing was always in our travels. Like I've gotten drunk maybe like once or twice, like really shit faced through our travels. But the thing is that somebody has to hold back to make sure that we both don't end up in somebody else's book. but I mean, it was fun. We've had some hard partying nights, you know. And you know how I drink. I don't drink like you. You just want to get there in 20 minutes. Me, I want to get there in 3 hours. Right? I'm a Scotch drinker. I can drink an entire bottle of Scotch, but I need 2-3 hours to do it. But Phil, on the other hand, he's like, hey, nobody got time for that. I'm just gonna get right to it, and that hasn't happened in over 3 years. So we have Rome coming up, we have Greece, we have Paris coming up. So maybe by that time you'll be fully recovered and ready to go. I'm looking forward to it.
I just thought a good analogy would be.
Go ahead, hit me.
Like I drink the way you have sex.
Yes, yes, that's exactly right.
There you go.
That's
Okay,
a very,
there
very.
you got it. Right.
Let me take this. Let me take this. This phone call. Oh boy, I dread answering the phone. 551. Hey, can you turn down your stream, please? 551, and then come on and tell us what you have to say.
We have coming up. We have
551.
So maybe
Come on, man. Turn down your stream, brother. Talk to me. All right, maybe he'll get it in a second. Yeah, well, I always say Chattanooga, but I actually live in Ringgold. But nobody knows what Ringgold is, so I always say Chattanooga.
Yeah, thank you, Dennis, for the kind words. You know what's funny about this show, the way this show is going, right? Because I just got an email, and I sent Dimitri the email that I got this week, and it was a guy. He was talking about some of our products, and then he went on to say that if you're a smoker and you go to YouTube and you search vaping, he's like a lot of people are going to come up that may turn you off to vaping, right? Just because of their persona, just the way they look, just whatever. He said, he goes, I wish like when people are searching for vaping that they find you first. Not this show.
Yeah. Not this show.
Not that French show. But I hear him and I understand what he's saying. And I thanked him for that email, but I also told him, I said, it's important that all those personas be out there. Right. I always say that people who want to quit smoking through vaping, they need to find that person that they can relate to, whether that be young or old or middle-aged, whether that be covered with tattoos, no tattoos, whether that be an ear gauge or no ear gauge. They need to find that person that they can relate to, that can help them, that can kind of talk them through not smoking anymore and keep them involved with vaping. Right. So, and like I have a certain persona that will attract a certain kind of person, and if I've helped that person, oh my God, that's like the most amazing thing that I could have asked for, in doing what I do. But again, even though he kind of, in a way, he bashed. Not really bashed, but he kind of said something a little bit negative about some of the other guys out there. But I still think it's important for everybody to be out there, right?
It's all important. It's the only thing that I've always complained about reviewers is the trends, and usually the trends is what hurts vaping. Like whatever's hot, they just do that, then they forget about a whole portion of vapors or potential vapors, and then when the trend changes, they all the reviewers shift, and I get it because it's a commercialized YouTube now, and I get it, so you have to do that. But the point is that if you started this truly with the intention of helping people quit smoking, you have to go across the board. Yeah. You have to go across the board. All right, let's see this 551 if he can hear us now. 551, can you hear us? Hello, 551. Can't hear you.
Hello.
Hi. Can you hear us?
Maybe it's best that we don't take callers.
Hold on, let me make sure everything's good on my point. Microphone. Good. My microphone is on.
Is Larry going to bed already?
Check.
Jesus Christ, Larry's going to bed already. What time is it? 10 o'clock. Come on, Larry.
Come on, Larry.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Come on, Larry. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear us or not. This might be a problem with the phones or the connections or something like that. But anyway, Indoor Smoker was the first vape YouTuber I watched, says John Haymaker. I will tell you something about Indoor Smokers. And I have him here, by the way. I have him right here. I will tell you something about Indoor Smokers has helped a lot of people quit smoking. He drew a lot of people he helped a lot of people quit smoking. Whatever you can say whatever you want to about him, about his videos and all that, and his goofiness and all that. But this man, first of all, had a huge following on YouTube before anybody. I think even before Rip. Number two, he had a way of drawing, and he always kept up with kits as well too. He didn't go the cloud chasing route. He didn't go, he did cloud chasing. He did, when he got a kit in that was for smokers, he'd say on his videos, if you want to quit smoking, this is the right device for you to quit smoking. And I appreciate that about him because, he kept that through his entire YouTube career. He's back doing some videos now. He was gone for a while. He's doing electric bikes, but he's back. But that's what I wanted from everybody. And there for a while, for about a year and a half, 2 years, a lot of reviewers would not review kits. And even just today, just to give you a prime example of why I think that we're losing the battle here. Just today, I saw an ad on Facebook from a vape shop, brought in a new juice line. All right, and it's offered. It's offered 2 ways. 3, 6, 35, 50.
Yeah.
That's how they brought the juice line in. 3, 6, 35, 50. And if you're just a little bit smart and understand what I'm saying, this is the problem why we can't get smokers converted.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't hear us? You can't hear me? All right, let me try something else. Hold on a second. Here, entertain the crowd for a second, Phil.
Yeah.
Expand on that a little bit, maybe while I'm working on the
We
phone
were talking
lines.
about this. Like, look, there's some reviewers that I don't like the way they review. There's some reviewers that maybe I even don't like them personally. Very few of those. There's some reviewers that I disagree with, but there is no reviewer that I want to go away. Like, none of them. Hey, look, even Vaping with Vic, I want you to stay out there because he attracts a certain person, right? And even if you don't like what they're doing, if you don't like what they're saying, if you've had a disagreement or a beef with them, I don't want them to go away because they're out there helping people not smoke anymore. And whether they're doing that with one person or with 1 million people, that one person is still a valuable life, right? I used to tell reviewers that when they would come up to me at shows and hey Phil, how you doing? You know, I only have X amount of subscribers, and I would stop them right there. I would say, hey, I said, listen, number of subscribers is not important. I want you to think about this. Let's say you have 20 subscribers, 20, right? You have the potential to save 20 lives. How many people in their lifetime can say that? You know, not a lot. Not a lot. That's why I respect anybody who's out there, who's doing this, who's got whatever crowd, whatever persona, whatever they say. Keep doing it, guys. All of you, just keep doing it. Keep pushing the word of vaping. Keep talking positive about what it is that we're doing. And maybe we could get somewhere. But it's tough. It's tough. When you're battling what's going on in the United States every day, and you hear it's the story. Like, oh my God, I constantly hear I'm like, this company went away. I'm like, oh my God, like they were there from the beginning. When I started, that company was there. Now they're going away. And you hear shops are closing. A couple of shop closings hit me really, really hard because I was there for the grand opening party, for the grand opening celebration. I was there when I saw the shiny countertops and the brand new shiny store and all the beautiful product in there. I was there as like 100 people tried to get in the door and be a part of this vaping thing and not smoke anymore. And conversions. I was there. I saw that. I experienced that. Right. And then to see the downfall of shops like this because of the bullshit and the nonsense of our government and these bans and these regulations. It's disgusting. We can do this better. We can save the children and still save the adults if we do this better. Right? But it's just crazy what's going on, man.
Okay. I can't get the phone lines to work, so I don't know. I'm sorry. I do apologize. Every time I come back from Greece and I take the laptop and I put it back up, for some reason it breaks. But I can try one more thing. Hold on.
He's going to try one more thing. Johnson Creek isn't Johnson Creek still? I just did a video for them.
I don't know. No, Johnson Creek's not still around. I don't think so. I don't think they are.
They went away? They went by?
Yeah.
Oh, you're kidding me. Well, that actually makes sense now because when I did the review of their liquid, I was talking about tobacco flavors, and I said, it would be really cool because they had a lot of tobacco flavors. It would be really cool to do like a review of their entire tobacco line. And they said, hey, Phil, we heard what you said, and we're going to send you the entire tobacco line. And now I hear that they're going away. And see, like that hits me too, right? Because Johnson Creek was one of those first e-liquid companies, one of the very first e-liquid companies. It's just. That's interesting, Christopher. Christopher says that Salt Nick killed vaping.
No, I don't think Salt Nic, the product, killed vaping. I think when stores were not offering higher nicotine and Juul came into the game, that's when things got convoluted. I don't necessarily think that Salt Nicotine, the product. I think Salt Nicotine is vital, especially for people that need a high content of nicotine and don't want to get the throat bang. But I think that when stores stopped offering higher nicotine at their stores, Juul came in with that product, which unfortunately was a very high salt nicotine content, and that created an issue. Just today, there was a story posted, by the way, that says cooling agents in these disposables are hooking people on nicotine. So they're going after my WS-23 as well too. These fuckers, they're gonna ban my fucking cooling agent now in a little bit.
No.
I can't get the phone lines to work for it. Let me see if I can. I can hear you, but you can't hear me, right? Can you hear me on 603? Can you hear me? No, they can't hear me on 603.
You know,
Anyway.
okay. So I
Sorry
guess
about
I
that.
understand.
Sorry about
I
that.
guess I understand the perspective of like Salt Nic killed vaping, because Salt Nic was that thing that kind of got the kids hooked, right?
Yeah.
The high 50
Yeah.
milligram. When juuling became a thing, because they, although they say it was the flavors, come on, let's admit it wasn't the flavors, it was the head pop, right? That's what the kids were after.
Yep.
So, that's just, again, it's what I said before, right? We need that 50 milligram available to help adult smokers. But at the same time, we need to keep that out of the hands of kids, right? So this is where I think government needs to kind of get out a little bit, right? Do what you need. Let's just put this stuff in the vape shops, and the vape shops are all 21 and over. You have the some of the shipping ban right now, but products are still getting through. But you have to sign for it, pay a little bit more. If you're 21 and over, you sign for it. Okay, there's ways to do this. Keep it out of the hands of the kids, right? And still allow adult smokers to use the product. Well, I mean, we kind of see it with alcohol, right?
Yep.
Although it's the same thing, right? You have a law. You have to be 21 and over to buy alcohol, and if we could do it with that,
yeah,
we could do it with this too.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Anyway, it is what it is. I mean, let's just be honest. It's just things are very, very difficult right now, especially here in the United States, and it's unfortunate, but that's just the reality of what it's going to be. There's going to be just a few products left here in a couple of years. So. I just had do you remember Mamu that used to make the mods, the handmade mods? She messaged me the other day, and she happened to be one of the lucky winners of one of the giveaways from Innokin, and she's like, I just bought 8 Zenith tanks because of the shipping ban. I just wanted to make sure I stock up for me. She uses the Zenith tank, and her kids use the Zenith tank as well too, and she just happened to win it, but. Stocking up is just part of it. And, people message us all the time. Just the other day, somebody messaged like, I can't get, the 𝗏𝗏 2 and Zenith in New York. I mean, I don't know what we're supposed to do. I don't know. I mean, it's unfortunate that it's gotten to that point, but that's just the reality. Just a little side note here. For those of you that can't get stuff into your state, there's a huge community here. Reach out to somebody that's in Tennessee or reach out to somebody that's in Georgia. Have your shit, shipped to them and just, pay a little $10 extra, whatever. Don't be cheap. We're talking about your health here, and just have them ship it to you directly. That's something that we used to do back in the day, in the early days of vaping. So Army says, I needed 50 when I quit 2 years ago, and I was 2-pack a day, 3 when I was in active duty. First of all, thank you for your service. And then second of all, you're absolutely right. There's people that do need it. They still need it. But even today, when we've seen all the downfall and the disasters this industry does, we still see this 3, 6, 35, 50. We don't see any of that mid-ground freebase that help millions of us and continue to do millions of us to quit smoking in Europe and in other countries.
I would actually love to see like a yearly breakdown of like conversions, right?
Yeah.
Let's start with back in 2006, whatever, right?
Yeah.
We'll see like how many people converted in that year, and how many people converted in 2007. I would love to see that chart. I like charts. I would love to see that chart, because I think what we would see is we would see more conversions when the 𝗏𝗏𝗏 was popular, right? When the CE4s were popular, when the 12 milligram and 18 milligram were popular. I think we would see more conversions then than we're seeing with the 50 milligram. I wouldn't be surprised if that's true.
I think that overall it's just about, I mean, you can't as an influencer in this industry, a YouTuber. You can't say that the variety of this product is what helps people quit smoking, and then exclude products.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That those two don't make a right. And I've been a big. I've voiced my opinion multiple times on salt, on high nic salt. But if you go back and listen to those episodes of Smoke Free Radio that I did back in 2015, 2016, or the shows that I did with Phil, we always said that we don't want it to be the only thing that's on the market.
Right.
It has to be a variety to make sure that we find everything for everybody that's out there. And the throat hit, I mean, I don't want to get it. This is not a smoker show, but the throat hit is a huge part of a lot of smokers, and they need it. And unfortunately, salt does not. Just the other day, when we were on the show, I told you I was vaping the 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗹, which, by the way, you got it in today as well too. Look at that. Look how sexy that is. The white chroma.
It really is
with
nice looking.
Stainless is very, very nice looking. But I was vaping this apples that I got, and it's 20 milligram salt. It's just all salt. It's not hybrid like the other one that I use all the time when I'm flying. This is just salt. And within 10 puffs, my throat, I started coughing.
I wouldn't be able to vape
So
that.
I emptied it out, and I put some cool citrus in there, 12 milligram. But it's just, but that's just an example of what I'm telling you is that you got to have a variety of product that is out there. So I'm not going to get into it, and because we're having a good time.
And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Cool Citrus, the number 2 best-selling flavor in the unsalted line, right here, right next to
delicious.
The delicious watermelon peach, the number 1 best-selling flavor. Okay, let me just to clarify. Number 2, Cool Citrus, and then here, the watermelon peach, number 1. Okay, just want to make sure.
But also need to mention that such high net levels as 50 milligram here was never allowed here. I think most European countries, nic is capped to 10. No, Europe is capped to 20 milligram, but they used to be allowed. But again, laws passed over there to limit the content to 20 milligram. I can tell you why the laws were passed, but again, that's irrelevant. The laws have already passed. So it doesn't make any difference. I'm against that as well, too. I'm against the limit as well, too. We've talked about it multiple times here. I want to have everything. A true vape shop, if you are a vape shop, needs to have everything. That's why you're a vape shop. You have a variety of vape products, accessories, nicotine strengths, devices. That's what a dedicated vape shop does. Has everything.
And we've said that, like one of the things that I think attracted people to vaping, and one of the things that made vaping so popular was the variety of product. Right? You could have a big device, you could have a small device, you can have a tube, you can have a box, you could have any color that you want. And I remember, like back in the day, remember when they were like they had little jewels that you could hang off of your mouthpiece. It was so customizable. You could buy tanks. You could buy tanks that had like blown glass tanks with designs in them. It was just so cool, and you could really customize what you were using to your personality and your style. And I think that's one of the things that attracted and kept people vaping. But it's the same thing. The same way we need the variety in the product, we need the variety in the flavors. We need the variety in the nicotine strengths. Yeah. We need that. Yeah. It's got to all be available to keep people coming in.
Yeah. But the irony here is, Phil, man, I was just thinking about this today. And again, I'm just going to piss off some more people because that's what I do. But again, what I'm saying is true. So it's not like I'm going to piss them off for no reason. But, I see some of these people in this industry that I've watched over the last decade that always, touted they're for tobacco harm reduction, but they're not. They're just after the mighty dollar. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with making money if you can do it in an ethical and responsible way, because we are selling nicotine. But some of these people, all they did is just follow the cash flow, right? So in 2015, 2016, we start saying 6 milligram, 3 milligram. They were telling everybody, including me, I want people to drop their nicotine. I want it to drop. Like, number one, who made you a nicotine specialist? Number two, you wanted them to drop so you can sell jugs because, at the time people were paying $28 for a 60 mil of 3 milligram, right? So at the time, the same guy that was telling me back then, I want them to come down, right? Which is the stupidest thing. Like in Europe, you never hear that. Now, the same person is like, I want them to stay off cigarettes. They need 50. They need 50 because they want to stay off cigarettes. The irony there is just like, I just want to, I really want to express myself to those people. I don't. I'll save it for the book. But it happens more often than what you think. And you're like, oh, Dimitri, maybe you're over-exaggerating. I'm not. I mean, I'm not. Everything is documented. So it's not that I'm exaggerating, but that is the reality of where we stand. Just follow the cash flow, whatever's selling, that's what we're going to sell. And it becomes pretty much a box store type operation. And it's not that tobacco harm reduction vape shop thing that they touted back in 2012 and 2013. Maybe it started like that, but it definitely didn't end up like that.
Yeah.
Hate mail, 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗹 at tasteyourjuice.com, please. Yes, thank you, my man. Do you start on the scotch when a new drink? I don't think so, says Peter West. Good comment. I'm a scotch drinker, baby. That's what I'm drinking.
Come on in.
Greg says, I'm finding anything above 30 milligram, but under 30 milligram nicotine is perfect for me now. Depending on your situation, I'm the same way. I direct lung 6 milligram. I mouth to lung 12 milligram, and I use 20 milligram hybrid nicotine free base when I'm traveling in my pod system. So that's my happy place. But look, I need that whole range. I don't need one range. I need that whole range because that's how I enjoy vaping. It's not a task for me. It's an enjoyable thing. Janine says 12 milligrams for me for the last 5 years. A lot. I think there's quite a few mouth to lungers that are stuck on that 12 milligram. And yeah.
It has been 12 milligram for me since 2009.
And you know what happened to Smokey, the e-cig reviewer on YouTube? Oh, yeah, I remember him. I did a spin-off for him on one of my vape team shows. I don't know if you remember. Hey, Smokey here. You could tell this motherfucker smoked for 50 years.
He was Smokey the guy here. That did the reviews from the truck, right?
Yes, truck, or whatever he was. Yeah. It was funny. He used to be Joe Petner's good buddy. Yeah, they were friends with Joe Petner.
Is Petner still doing it?
Nicotine drug. I don't know. I blocked Petner years ago. You were right. Cap is, of course, I'm right, brother. I'm the vaping Greek. Let me see. I want to make sure I keep this. There's a lot of good comments in the chat right now. If anything, the goal should be reducing flavoring intake, as that what the big safety variable says. Arbitrary, Elias. That is absolutely true. We've talked about that. Reducing the unknown in vaping is the most important, and the only unknown is flavorings. And VG, really. Flavorings and VG, and that's what we're adding the most. I mean, some of these flavor, back in 2017, some of these 3 milligram high VG liquids had like almost 40% flavoring in them. It was ridiculous. It was out of control. And then in Europe, they were using 7% flavoring. So here come all these American companies into Europe. And, the European companies can't sell their liquids because the other ones are so overpowering. The vapors are like, oh, man, the American liquid is so much better. Yes, that did happen. I don't know how people enjoy all the super sugary juice. It's very, very popular. It really is. I do 3 milligram and 6 milligram freebase and 25 in salt nicks, is John Haymaker. See, another one that needs a good variety of product. Red Eye says direct lung 3 milligram, MTL 6 milligram, pod 9 to 12 milligram. Sounds reasonable, right, Phil?
Sure.
Steven, 3 in my dual coils, 6 in my RDL, and 12 in my MTL, 20 to 30 in the rare pod that I use.
You know what, though? I'll say this about the pods, right? When the pods first came out, I couldn't use them because they were underpowered, right? They were really designed for salt nick. They were designed for just low power, long battery life salt nick. And now you see like the trend completely changed, because now the pods have the power and the kick to be satisfying with 12 milligram.
Yes.
Right. So that was like, I think, one of the big changes with the pods. I remember all those small devices, they were great for the salt nick, but I would put that 12 milligram in there. I just wouldn't get that throat hit, that kick that I needed to be satisfied. Now, completely different. Different.
Good evening, Addy Tooney. Welcome, my friend. How you doing? Eve Eva says, salt made me cough a lung up. Yeah, some people react like that. Feels like that as well, too. Phil can't do salt. He can do salt in a tequila shot, though, boy. I tell you what, he'll suck that thing down. 6 milligram says Bridget for DL, and 9 or 12 milligram for MTL. Amish, 50 in a pod, 18 everything else. That is a good nicotine vapor right there. Dr. Fasalino's vape's 18. Still. He was just down at my store, when I was in Greece a few weeks ago. He came by and I made him a couple liquids. I, got to put all those nicotine booster shots inside there. Yeah, he still vapes 18.
I think it was Dr. Farsalinos really who I think it was at a vape event. It was at a store opening in Buffalo. where I sat down with Dr. Farsalinas, and it was like one of the first really cool, long conversations that we had. It was earlier on, in what I was doing with vaping, and I was talking to him because he was kind of the cool guy. He was like the expert. He really knew like what was going on. And I said, "Hey, Doc," I said, I said, "I'm thinking about, I want to drop my nicotine. I want to get off this 12. I want to go to, it's like a 9 or 6 and everything." And I'll never forget. He looked at me. He said, "Why? Why do you want to do that?"
Right.
And I said, "Well, I said, yeah, I want to, limit the amount of nicotine." He said, "Listen," he goes, "do you think if you drop your nicotine strength," he goes, "do you think you'll vape more?" I said, "Well, yeah, potentially I could do that." He goes, "Then don't. Then don't." He goes, "Stay where you are, stay satisfied, and try to vape less. Not drop your nicotine and vape more." And that really stuck. That really stuck because he always said it's the amount of exposure that, and I don't want to say dangerous for you, right? But not as safe for you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I'm going to try to do something here because Chris is dying to get on here. I'm going to try to open up this and connect it via Bluetooth. That's what I'm going to try to do. But anyway, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I want you to address this comment from Limner. Rightly or wrongly, there's a huge amount of suspicion about public health policy lately. If that escalates, it will be a ready-made environment for vapors to advocate. When's the time? The time is way past. What are you talking about? The time is past.
Haven't we kind of been doing that? And really now, there's what's left, Safada? Do they have the power and the money to push our agenda? I don't know. VTA has pretty much gone away. CASA is still there, but we've never really been organized under a single flag. Opinions and personalities seem to always get in the way of us organizing under a single flag. Many have tried to do that. It hasn't worked. And we've been screaming since the early days of vaping that we need to organize. We need to push our agenda. We need to tell the truth about vaping. We need to advertise the same way these anti-vaping campaigns do. And we've never been able to organize. We've never been able to pull the funding. We've never been able to do that as an industry. We've never been able to every time you see one of those horseshit commercials on TV, those anti-vaping, you're like you got all this heavy metals and all this bullshit. It never has there been like the real truth. I know Brent was doing the real truth for a little while, where you would kind of like take that commercial and analyze it. And well, here's the truth, right? If this commercial is talking about like this much harm. But really, when you're smoking, it's like this much harm. It's this much harm. But you never have that comparison, and you never push the tobacco harm, reduction agenda. We've never been able to do that.
Yes,
as an industry, we've never been able to do that. We've never been able to fight back properly on real media, as opposed to my YouTube channel or Dimitri's YouTube channel or my Facebook or tasteyourjuice.com.
It's feel good. It's feel good advocacy. It's feel good advocacy is basically what that is. It's just it makes us feel good.
Right. It's not. We're not advocating to the people that we need to advocate to. We always just kind of share amongst ourselves.
All right.
How you doing there? How you doing there with your Bluetooth?
It's not working.
Not good.
I don't know. It's just not popping up on my laptop right now. So I'm sorry, Chris. I know you have a really good story. Maybe you call in on the next show and tell us. It's just nothing is working. Every time I go to Greece, this happens. I should have checked it before we started the show, actually.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Dimitri's a little bit technically challenged.
Comment from Bill. Time has been right for years, but vapor apathy, let someone fight the battle, is real. Yeah, it is what it is. It's done. If public health continues to everybody else can coattail on the sentiment today. Nobody listens tomorrow. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. It will take a really. Hey, what's up, Red Vapes advocate? It's gonna take a really big news story to break on vaping for that stuff to start get exposed. It's gonna take a couple of high-profile reporters that pick up on a story. Like somebody dies from smoking that went back to smoking from vaping and it becomes public, or a lawsuit that we talk. It's going to have to be something like that that's really going to draw the attention for that shift to happen. And nothing has happened so far.
Let me ask you this, Dave. To trigger that, to piggyback off of that, would a approved PMTA vaping product help that effort?
Yeah, it would. It would. I mean, it would draw attention if a press release came out and said a product got PMTA approval. Yes, but would it shift the narrative? I don't think so.
But I mean, that's the proof. I mean, it's kind of like, okay, well, here's FDA saying what we've been saying for years. Now it's the FDA saying it, right? That vaping is safer than smoking. It's so much safer than smoking that we approved the PMTA on this product.
Yes.
I think that's powerful. I think that's.
It really depends who gets it and how they use it and how they're going to press release it and how they're going to get it out there as well too. Because listen, even if Big Tobacco is going to get the first PMTA, okay, I'm just telling you right now. That's what's going to happen. Is it really in the best interest of a tobacco company to promote that? I mean, IQOS got PMTA last year. Did you hear anything about it?
No.
You know what I'm saying? As long as they're selling cigarettes and cigarettes is their biggest moneymaker, I'm not saying that big tobacco companies are against harm reduction and putting out less harmful nicotine products. But is it really in their interest right now with independents still out there trying to make a living? Is it really good for them to come out and say, oh, look, FDA said vaping is better than smoking? No, it's not, because that helps us.
Right.
So I don't think that would do it.
Right.
Pico Lecter comment. During that video clip of Phil showing off his package, was he wearing that Phil pump under the boxers at the time?
No, it's all natural, baby.
All right. Hey, Chris, I'm going to try it now. I think I might have done it. Hold on.
That's the real deal. There's no sock in there.
Chris, call again. Let me try it. I'm going to try it one more time. If it doesn't work with Bluetooth, I'm breaking it. I'm closing it.
Okay. Here we go.
All right, let me get some of these comments. Disposables have a place. Yeah, we've talked about disposables. I mean, you know. Yeah, my channel, I've taken down all the vape videos on my channel because I'm with Phil. Dimitri, I'm in New York City and I always create my own liquid, so what should we do when we run out of Nick? All right, Teddy, listen up. I'm going to let you on a little secret. You know how people that smoke pot get these growers and they grow their own shit? Get you some of these growers, get you some of these lamps, and get you some tobacco plants, and grow you some tobacco plants, and then chemically extract the nicotine, and you're never going to run out of nicotine. No, but seriously, you're never going to have an issue getting nicotine. I can guarantee you ways to get nicotine, so I wouldn't worry about it too much right now. All right, let me see. Let me see if 551 will work.
Here we go.
Hey, can you hear me? Tell me you can.
I'm unmuted. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
What's going on, bro, with this bullshit?
I don't know, man. Every time you call, you break this shit. You can't hear me. Oh my god. Open volume mixer. That's up. Open sound mixer. The bad thing is I can hear him, but I can't hear
everybody.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah. Master volume, headphones.
Yeah, you would think after 25 years he would get this right, but it's okay. I apologize.
I mean, it's working over here. I don't know why it's not working here.
If you want to be entertained, just rewind back to the part where Phil is exposed and I show my underwear.
Bro, I tried. I'm sorry, bro.
While Dimitri tries to figure out the phone lines.
I can't believe he can't hear us though. I mean, everything should be working. I'm sorry, bro.
Believe it.
I'm sorry. All right, I'm just shutting down the phone lines before I have a conniption. All right,
okay.
10:30. Let's get to. Will SBA make a difference? The SBA letter. I mean, I was on a call with the FDA the other day. They had a 2.5-hour presentation on the work that they've done so far on PMTAs, and they said that they're moving along. We've asked for an extension. I think that the FDA wants an extension, but it's all up to the judge. It's not up to the FDA. They do have enforcement discretion, they said on the phone, but the judge has given them a deadline to September. So will it make a difference? Do you think it's going to push the FDA to do that? I mean, I think that the FDA was going to go to judge anyway and ask for an extension no matter what. So I don't think that the SBA is going to make such a huge difference. I think people calling their congressman would make a difference. I think if a lot of businesses, vape shops, which they're not going to call. I'm just going to tell you that right now. But if they did call, I think that would make a difference. I think pressure from Congress that wrote the Tobacco Control Act, I think that would make a difference with the FDA. But nobody's doing it. I guarantee you nobody's doing it right now. All right, we only got about 30 minutes. What I want to do is I want to show really quickly the Zenith II because there was a comment yesterday, and I'm going to tell you, somebody made a comment. I don't know if it was in the platform group or my Facebook that said, the tank is not going to make a difference because the coils make a difference, which is bullshit. We haven't updated this tank in 4 years. It's not like we're putting out a tank every week, right? The original Zenith came out in 2017. But I do want Phil quickly to go over the features of the Zenith II and why it's different than the original Zenith and tell you why, yes, you can get a different experience, which is the feedback that we've gotten from a lot of the prototype testers and why it's different than the original.
There's another interesting part to the video that we're going to do right now.
Sure.
You know that this is going to be the first time that I'm opening up a Zenith box.
That's pretty cool. Well, I hope everything's in there.
For real. Yeah, I hope the glass isn't broken or anything like that, right? All right, so let me go ahead and cut this open and make sure that it opens, and then we'll go to the close-up cam. Here comes. Look at how prepared I am. Boom! There it is, right there. Close-up cam. Did it work? Yeah, it did.
Right. You're amazing.
Does anybody want to see Dimitri's underwear again? Here they are, right here. There's a little Dimitri face right there for you. Okay. So here it is, the Zenith II, and we'll go through some of the features and some of the differences between this and the original Zenith. So what I like to say is that the Zenith II is really it's a combination. It's a combination between the original Zenith, some of the features of the Zenith Pro, but kind of in the more cost-effective area that the Zzlide is in, right? So if we take a look, we do get the tank. There's the tank. We do get the spare glass, and this is cool because the spare glass is going to be the frosted, right? So you could really kind of change up the look of the tank with the frosted glass. Underneath here, you are going to get a different mouthpiece, a different coil, and some spare O-rings. So let me just do this real quick so I can see what I'm doing. All right. So if we look here, there we go. So if we look here, this is going to be the spare coil. The spare coil is going to be the 0.3. The 0.8 ohm is going to be the one that's installed in the tank. And then here is the RDL mouthpiece. So a little bit of a bigger mouthpiece, a little bit of a bigger bore. If I can get this out. And then the O-rings are in here as well. So you can see the difference between those two mouthpieces right there. Okay, so obviously more for RDL, more for MTL. So some of the differences here. First of all, we got the top cap. Top cap still has that easy fill method, right? But like the original Zenith right here, we didn't have that, that membrane. But we also had an automatic liquid shutoff here. So again, for cost effectiveness, we removed the automatic liquid shutoff, but we put that membrane there. So to hopefully prevent some gurgling or just like no more gurgling.
Come on.
No, I know. Okay. So what we do recommend though is when you fill it, right? Fill it up and just close it up right away. Now, the other difference here, too, between this and the original Zenith, you can see the riser is not there anymore. So here's the riser right there, up there. No more
That's
riser.
A big
so
one.
This is like a feature that we borrowed from the Zenith Pro that we have in the Zenith II. So all mouthpieces are going to look good on it. One of the biggest differences between these two is if I just open the tank and I hold the tank and I continue to unscrew, now I can replace the glass. This is something that you couldn't do with the original Zenith, something that you could do with the Zenith Pro, and something that you can now do with the Zenith II. Okay, so you can replace the glass, you can get in there for some good cleaning. Down here at the bottom, I'm going to show you the airflow controller. Obviously, we do have an airflow controller down here, but here's going to be the big difference with the airflow. So you can see the airflow controller here, right? And we start to expose some of these holes. But this was really designed to be a mouth-to-lung only tank, right? So, yeah, you could kind of do a restricted direct lung, but it was going to be a very, very tight RDL. With this one, right, what we wanted to do was open it up like the Zenith Pro, but even more than the Zenith Pro.
Wide open, baby. Wide open.
Wide open. So you can still see those little holes, right? And the mouth-to-lung vape is a little bit smoother now. But then after those holes, you can get it just as tight as you want, believe me. And then after those holes, you see a slot start to appear. And this is the difference between this tank and now the Zenith Pro, because that slot doesn't stop there. It goes all the way. So you're going to get more of an open RDL with this tank over the Zenith Pro. And the other great thing, again, this is the thing that I keep talking about with these tanks, is that the coil replacement is just such a joy with these tanks. It's the easiest coil replacement in the industry. It's the easiest and cleanest with the original Zenith, with the Zenith Pro, with the Zenith, because of the Z coil, because you can do that with the Z coil. You know, a lot of tanks now are press fit. And but it's still, in some cases, it's a challenge to get that coil out, because you got to kind of get your nails in there and you got to kind of pry it out. Or some of the tanks come with tools. But with this, with that 510 attached to the coil, not to mention that you do get a fresh, clean 510 with every coil. It's just such an easy and clean coil change. I think it is the best on the market. Right, so you put that back in there and you close it up. So really, I mean, there are definitely differences between the original Zenith, definitely differences between this and the Zenith, because the Zenith really does not do RDL, and a cost-effective difference between this and the Zenith Pro. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Zenith II.
Very nice. And the curves, you know, Phil, to me, you know, I've got a little poll set up here. I'm going to post it inside the chat. I want people to vote. You know, we looked at the tanks and we said, you know, what else can we do? Because the tanks, I mean, all the tanks are pretty much the same now that are on the market, right? So we wanted to sexy it up a little bit. And, you know, I mean, me personally, I absolutely love the top and the bottom cap. I just wonder how people feel about it, if they like the curves on the tank as well too. So I'm going to put the poll right here in the chat. If you guys can just click on that and just vote real quick, and we'll put the reviews out. But it makes it easier to open the top cap and the bottom cap, and I think it just looks sexy as fuck.
Yeah, and there are like, I noticed this the other day, there are hidden Z's in here.
Yes.
You know, it's the Zenith and the Z coils and everything.
No
and
reviewer will
look
pick that
at
up.
this top cap. There actually is a Z right there.
Yes, so sexy.
Right? And it's not this one, but then the next one, there's another Z right there. Kind of cool.
Very
So
sexy.
there you go.
Can you show it with the other glass? It's the same glass. It's just a clear glass. We don't have a dark tinted one on this, do we?
You want me to put the darker glass in there?
Do we have the dark glass in the package?
Yeah.
I forgot. We do? Because in the kit, it comes with
I
two
just showed
clear.
it.
Yeah. But it comes in with two clear in the kit is what I'm saying.
No, in the Z80 kit, it comes with two clear.
Yes, that's what I meant.
But in the Zenith kit, it comes with the frosted glass.
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody catching their whiskers in the new one too, so that's good. It looks good. It looks good with
There
that
you go,
tank.
with the mirror
I like
glass.
it.
It looks hot.
It looks very, very sexy.
Okay.
So many good comments on the Zenith. It's great you made one for DTL. Yeah, I would say more RDL, Bruni. The way that I vape at 30, 35 watts. That's the way that I enjoy RDL. So yeah, it's good. It works. It works really, really good. If you guys gotta take a second, just click on that little poll maker that I have in the chat, and yeah, just click on the link, and let's see if you think that the curves are sexy or not.
Yeah. And I know what video Dimitri is about to show and what we're going to talk about next. I can tell you that the way I vape, the bottle that I use, which, by the way, is the bottle that contains watermelon peach, the #1 best-selling flavor in the unsalted line, I have never had to remove my mouthpiece to fill this tank, ever.
Me neither.
If you are using a larger bottle, you may have some issues, maybe not with that mouthpiece, but with this mouthpiece. It's still doable, and you're going to see that in the video, right? But yeah, a little bit easier by taking this a little bit, by taking the mouthpiece off.
100 and 120 ml bottles, you're probably going to have a hard time filling in that tank. But the reality is, I mean, the majority of the people
you're also talking about like most of the tanks now, they're still quarter turn, and you have to remove the whole top.
Yeah.
Right. Still, like you still have to do that. So, but like with this though, I mean, you can't do this with a quarter turn top.
Yeah. Oh, he's not seeing the polling. It's probably because I'm not a moderator. Let me just toss it to you real quick.
What happened?
No, the poll link. Let me give it to Bill. Maybe Bill can.
But you see what I just did? I mean, you know. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's too much. It's too much. Vapors are lazy. That's just too much. Too much. There's the link, Bill. If you can post it on all the groups, I'd really appreciate it. But anyway, we have something here prepared because, we've heard a few comments from some people. So as always, we're going to do a demonstration for you. courtesy of Mr. 𝗵𝗶𝗀.
Here's a small bottle.
Small bottle right there.
Here's a larger bottle.
That contains watermelon peach, by the way, the #1 best-selling flavor in the unsalted line.
And here's a giant bottle. And you know I like to be complete, so here's the larger mouthpiece and the small bottle.
Small bottle.
Obviously, no issues there.
None, no issues.
Here is the medium bottle.
Which
Oh,
contains
and by the way,
watermelon peach, the #1 best-selling flavor in the unsalted line.
Yeah, the
Very
audio is
delicious.
playing for it as well, too. Don't worry, Phil.
Yeah.
Unlike your video.
Medium bottle, no issues there. And then the giant large bottle. And that seems to work too. So, yeah, I'll admit that it's a little bit easier to remove the mouthpiece with the large bottle, but still doable.
Still doable. Yes, absolutely. But anyway, if anybody needs any help to fill that out, maybe you can to fill the Zenith II. Maybe you can just send them this video, and hopefully that will help.
If anybody's having like real problems filling it, Dimitri will actually fly to your house and fill it.
I will plug it. I will plug the thing. All right, Bill's has the link now in the chat. Please click it on Facebook and on YouTube and vote. What do you think about the curves? You know, I just like the way the tank looks, and it's become my all-day tank now. That's all I use. I use it for RDL. I use the 𝗁𝗄𝗎. I use the 𝗁𝗄𝗎 for RDL too, but for mouth to lung, I mean, it's my go-to tank. I've had it leak, and so has Phil. What
the hell?
What is that?
I don't know. I have no idea what my camera's doing right now.
I've had it leak. I'm not gonna lie to you because I am honest, but that is because I opened it up to fill it, and then I realized 2 hours later when it was leaking that I did not close it afterwards. That's why it has the little lock on top. Phil, if you didn't know, that way you lock it after you fill it. I had it open for 2 hours, and of course it was taking air inside while I was sucking, and it was leaking all over the place. That's so sexy. Let me just put you on the big screen real quick. That white one is just absolutely gorgeous. The stainless steel and the white.
They did a good job with this. They really did.
Just amazing.
And it's like, yeah, I'm not sure this is real leather, but you can see the 𝗂𝗄𝗎. That's the 𝗂𝗄𝗎 logo. By the way, I say it correctly.
Yeah.
𝗂𝗄𝗎 logo. And it is squishy. It's got that little squish to it, that little padding underneath it. I think this is one of the nicer looking devices that Innokin has ever made, to be honest with you.
I agree, hands down. Hands down.
Yeah, well done. Well done, Innokin.
Absolutely. Yeah. So any comments, any questions? Hey, Chris, I like chubby girls, so this tank made my year. Oh, thanks for the super chat. Yeah, absolutely. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's somebody out there for everybody, buddy. So the locking child-proof mechanism doesn't require you to remove the mouthpiece. No, arbitrary. That is the slide. And again, that's a feature that you can bypass even on the slide, but not on this. In Canada and on Italy, the tank has, we don't have it here. It's coming from China to show it to you. We'll show it to you maybe on the next show. But in Italy and China, there is a CRC law in place. So there's an extra button on the top cap that you have to press in order for you to open the tank and fill it up. But that's just because of the government regulations. In countries that don't require it, you're going to get exactly what Phil showed you. 5.5 mLs of liquid as well, too. Big old tank.
Yeah, and the tank is available in a silver, a gunmetal, and a black. And do you by any chance have the colors of the Z80, the photo?
I do.
This way we can show that. You can show all the colors. What is it? There's a black, a white, a gunmetal, and then a smoky?
Ash gray.
Ash gray?
Ash gray. Ash salad. Yeah, there it is. Okay. The Alcantara material is on the ash gray, and black, a gunmetal, and of course, man, I'm telling you what, that white. I don't know. For some reason, I know people like black and white, especially Star Trek fans. But for me, the stainless steel with a white, it's really, really doing it in. Phil, why no temperature control? Innokin is known for his temperature control. It's really, I mean, the question is very, very simple. We're promoting the new technology of the Fourier. But again, that's not the point. The point is that it's just that it becomes more difficult to use the device. The Coolfire always has been a device that's been for a starter kit, right? So that's why we removed the Coil Plus, trying to keep the menu as simple and the interface as simple as possible. And of course, we don't have any temperature controls yet, coils yet. So it makes more sense.
You can see the two different materials there. There's the leather. And what are they calling this?
Alcantara.
Yeah,
it's like a suede. It's
like a suede.
It's fake Alcantara. It's made out of Chinese tears, but it's. I mean, yeah. It feels like Alcantara. It's kind of like carbon fiber. Feels like real carbon fiber, but it's not. It's exactly what this is.
It's got a cool feel to it, and this one's squishy too. It's like this padding underneath it.
Yeah. Only concern, why no 21700? Again, I don't see the point. I'm sorry, Army, to disagree with you here. There is a 21700 device coming from Innokin as well too, in a different form factor. But keep in mind, here it is paired with the Zenith II. What the average person is going to use this device is from 15 to 35 watts. That's your average. And you can get an entire day with an 18650. So it keeps it nice, keeps it compact. It's not too big of a device. And for this matchup, you know, I mean, men feel vape a lot. So if we can get through an entire day, the majority of vapors will be able to get through an entire day. Plus, you got USB-C charging in the front. I don't think that the 21700 is a deal breaker for me personally. Now, if somebody wants to get in and run at 80 watts all day, yeah, it might be a deal breaker for you. No doubt about it. But I don't think that, I think, again, think about what this device is designed for and platform series and part of our starter kits and all that. And, you know, you have to think about that scope, which, again, is forgotten by some hobbyist vapors and some reviewers as well, too, to be honest with you.
Yeah. In reviewing a lot of the devices these days, I am noticing, like, temperature control starting to go away on some devices. You know, you're seeing like I think I just reviewed a device that had just a couple of features: temperature control going away, wattage curves going away. You know, I think the diehards may be using it, but I really question how many people are using temperature control these days. I very rarely use it.
Yeah.
I very rarely build. I mean, if I build, I'm going to build on my Zenith.
I don't remember
edition.
the last time that you did.
Not my Zenith, my Aries, Aries 2 limited edition.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time that you built temperature control. But one thing about this Alcantara material that I said the other day on the French show is that it doesn't slip. You know, grippy. I mean, it's just very, very grippy. Where the white one, prepare. If your hands are sweaty, prepare for that. It's just going to happen. But man, look-wise, I think they did a bang job. Congratulations, Innokin and Platform Series and Phil and Dimitri. You did a good job. I'll pat myself on the back. I like it, and I'm happy, and that's all that really matters because I'm going to be vaping it. All right. I don't see any questions inside here. If you want a taller mod, Army, wait. It's coming. 21700 is coming, baby. Nice, big old chunker. You're going to enjoy it. It's a really, really nice device as well, too. And it looks sexy. Rick Mahoney, I'm not a fan of Ultim drip tips, even though both are MTL setups. I'm using that. I have an Ultim drip tips, but that's only until the ice version of the K-Fun Light Dome tank gets here. I'm not a big fan of Ultim drip tips. I'm a big fan of Ultim setups, but just a drip tip alone, no. But this is modeled after this light drip tip, which was very, very popular, and it's just a different look, and it matches a little bit with a button. That was the whole thinking behind it as well, too. So there's a rhyme and a reason to everything that we do. Trust me, it might not seem like
everything.
Phil, I just remembered a video when you had the large box of cotton.
It wasn't cotton.
Yeah, it was rayon.
Yep.
Arbitrary Ally says, temperature controls are necessary. Just don't let your tank run out of juice. But vapors are lazy. They're lazy. They don't want to keep an eye on their juice. They want to be told when it's out.
PSS versus PWM. Okay. So, Bastard, what do you mean by PSS? And then I'll talk about what I think you're referring to.
By the way, these are available at Element Vapes, and also stay tuned. The 18th, is that right?
Yeah.
Did I get it right?
Yeah, Friday night the 18th.
Friday night, me and Phil are going to come on live for a special short 30-minute YouTube live, and we're going to have a very big surprise. Very, very big surprise. for you guys. But anyway, we do have 3 of these to give away personalized. You're going to get your whatever you want engraved on it. You know, you can put, little penis on there. You can put whatever you want to. Small balls. You can put whatever you want to on there. Your choice of engraving. I'm going to pull up this screen here. This is the video that we wanted you to comment on.
If anybody wants me to take a photo of it, okay,
hold on, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I got you.
Okay. If anybody wants me to send them a photo of this that they can have engraved on the device, I'd be more than happy to do that for you.
There you go. So this was the video that I was talking about on Phil's YouTube. It's called Coolfire Z80 and Zenith II official launch, the 4th generation vape. This is the live that we did. A bunch of people left comments on the bottom. I am going to copy this link and I'm going to put it in a YouTube comment generator. Boom. I am going to filter duplicate users and I'm going to get the comments. And the unique comments are 85. Are you ready to pick a random winner, Phil?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Let me move this over a little bit so everybody can see it. All right. There we go. All right, here we go. Winner number 1 is...
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Where'd it go? Oh. David Blackman. Look at
it. No kidding.
He was just whining like a little bitch in the chat. And he won. Whining works. I do that in poker sometimes. I whine like a little bitch and then I get like pocket aces. Congratulations, David.
David Blackman. He was very active on the other platform group.
I'm just busting his balls for crying out. Stop being so politically correct. Fucking Sweden of vaping. David's a big boy. He can handle some humor. Congratulations,
David. I'm happy you won. Fuck Dimitri and what he says.
Hey, David, message Phil with your information, and we'll get it over to the team at Innokin. All right, pick another winner. You ready?
Good. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm ready.
Put some music, but I didn't.
Virtually pressing the button.
Bruce Plumley. Looks good. Looks good start. Looks good start. Can't wait for more detailed products from Innokin. Oh, boy, you're in for a treat this year, Bruce. We're coming with a direct lung, baby. The direct lung train. Choo-choo. Congratulations, Bruce. Get a hold of Phil Busardo on Facebook. And get
why? Why would he get a hold of me?
Because you have to send the to Innokin. That's why.
Well, yeah,
no, you're going to do it. That's your punishment for not answering my message today. All right, pick another winner. You ready?
Sure.
You
know what I see there? Expensive shipping.
Well, Innokin's shipping it, so don't worry about it. It's not you.
God. Okay, all right. Innokin shipping these?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, get a hold of me. Shrigem.
Shrigem. That's what I was going to say too. Or Shrigem.
Shrigem.
Could be Shrigem. Shrigem. Get a hold of Phil Bizarre. Yeah. Shri.
Could be Shrium.
It could be. Because you know the J sometimes it's H.
That's why I'm thinking maybe the J could be silent.
Like ha 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 like that. Yeah. Shrigem. Shrihem. Congratulations. Congratulations to all the winners. Man. Yeah. So all 3 of you get a hold of Phil Busardo and on it, and he'll forward it over to our team at Innokin. They did a good job. They had a lot of technical difficulties. They had a lot of issues with their connection and the stream, and then we were playing videos. But at the end of the day, we got the job done.
Yeah, I did. I sent the Innokin team a few congratulations behind the scene on WeChat. I think they did a really good job. What I've noticed is that they're becoming a lot more active in social media.
Yes,
they're doing a lot more like promotion of the products, especially as they're up and coming. Some of the videos that they've done, the promotional videos, have been really good, really good, really well done, well produced. So congratulations to the Innokin team. Congratulations to everybody involved with this product. Congratulations to you, Dimitri. Really, most importantly.
Thank you very much. Salford Vapor says, what time Friday? I don't know yet. Just stay tuned to our social media. We'll post that up. We'll do a little promo for it when we find out. We're waiting on something to get to us, and then we can announce it. So it's just not here yet. So anyway, yeah, it's gonna be the kits are available at elementvape.com right now. I think Innokin store is sold out. I think. But a few more websites gonna have it available this week. So just tune in Friday, and we'll let you know, and we might have something special for you as well too.
Just to talk,
and I wish I had something to give away. They haven't come in from China yet, so still waiting.
Just to talk real quick on the Z80, we're gonna do more of this on the Friday show. But remember, the Z80 has the 𝗂𝗄𝗎 technology. We've been joking about the pronunciation of it, but I'll go ahead and say that it is the 𝗂𝗄𝗎 technology. Innokin is calling it the 4th generation vape tech. Okay, so what is 1st generation? Adjustability in voltage. 2nd generation, adjustability in wattage. 3rd generation, temperature control, and now 4th generation, the 𝗂𝗄𝗎 technology. And what the 𝗂𝗂𝗎 technology does is, if you've seen my reviews, you've seen my charts and my graphs and my screen grabs from the oscilloscope. You've seen flat DC signals with pretty much every product. 99.9% of every product is going to be a flat DC signal. With the 𝗂𝗄𝗎 technology, what they've done is they've switched to a true AC signal, right? So it's like a sine wave. It goes above and below the 0 line. So it's a true alternating current signal. And the goal with that signal is to give the coil a shake, give the coil a little bit of vibrate. And if you're using certain coils at certain frequencies, because you can change the frequency, you actually can like hear or feel that little bit of a buzz. And the goal there is, if you're creating that vibration, particles are going to have a hard time sticking to the coil. And if that happens, right, your coil lasts longer. I've seen anywhere from a 10 to 50% improvement in coil life using the product. Other people have as well. Other people are when they use the F0, that's the technology that does the AC signal. They're experiencing a flavor difference. My flavor difference comes from the flavor being better longer as I'm using the coil, because the coil's life is being extended. So that's the F0. And again, with the F0, you still adjust in wattage, but you can select the frequency that you're using. That's why they have the Find F page over on Facebook. We'll talk about that more on Friday as well, where people can kind of go and share ideas and experiences with the different frequencies and different coils that they're using. And then it has the refresh technology as well. So what refresh does is it just sends a little bit of power to the coil. Not enough to vaporize, just enough to heat the coil. What that does it increases the capillary action of the cotton. So it draws e-liquid in to the coil. So that's why, and it could potentially shake a little bit of stuff off. But I think the better thing that it's doing is pulling liquid into the coil, so that the next time you use it, you have a coil that's fully saturated with e-liquid. It's refreshed. Okay, so you get a better vape, you get more flavor because it's pulled that e-liquid in. So those are really the two differences. So you can adjust this in standard wattage, you can adjust this in voltage, and you can adjust this in F0 mode, which would be wattage with the frequency being applied because it's an AC signal. And then you have the refresh technology as well with this one.
Poll results: 89% say the curves are sexy versus 11%. Thank you very much for voting on that poll. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I think that they look sexy as well too, and it looks like the majority of people think that it's sexy as well too. So we did good with the curves, buddy. I think that we did good with the curves. All right, Dash Vapes does have the Zenith II in stock. Keep in mind that it is the CRC version in Canada, but if you're going to order it here in the United States, pick up some delicious cool citrus, the number 2 selling in the Unsalted line from Dash Vapes as well too. But keep in mind, yeah, the Zenith 2 tank that's in stock in Dash Vapes is the CRC version. So, what else? What did I miss? Green Eyed Lady hates when particles stick to her coil, she says.
To a bastard, the difference between F0 and PWM is typically just above the 0 line, so it's always a positive signal. F0 is true alternating current, so it goes above, so it's a positive signal and a negative signal. PWM could potentially vibrate a coil as well, but I haven't seen a PWM device adjusting wattage via PWM in a long time. Right? I don't even know if those exist anymore. But anyway, that's the main difference.
Yes. Hey, Phil, when's the next sci-fi geek show coming? I feel blind without your knowledge.
Yeah, we should do one. I think the main problem is that there hasn't been enough sci-fi. I can tell you that I am watching the Bad Batch. It's a Star Wars kind of a cartoon thing, but it's good. But I tell you what's really good if you're looking for sci-fi is Superman and Lois. Oh my God, is that good? That is so good. If you have the opportunity, check that out. David just sent a message. Oh, look, he sent me his contact information.
Of course, he can't wait. All that whining, he can't wait to get it.
Hold on, wait. I want to see what he wants. Engraved on it.
Oh boy.
Wait, I can't. Why can't I move this? Oh, there we go. Is there a choice? White, otherwise dealer's choice. Let me know. Yeah. Okay, David, if you're watching, we need what you want engraved on it, man. Let's go. Hey, look, if you want 𝗵𝗵𝗀 engraved on it, I totally get it. Right?
This is what I would engrave on mine. This is what I would engrave.
There are just jerks on the internet who like to talk shit.
That's exactly what I would engrave on mine.
I think you're a little limited in space. I don't think you could write a whole book on there.
People saying I threw the election, demanding recounts. No, come on. Vote has not been hacked, bro. This is not completely transparent. We have we use the machines that they used in the last election as well too. Absolutely. All right, I think we said it all, Phil. It is 11:05, and it's time to wrap it up. Hey, listen, I hope you guys had fun today. I hope you laughed a little bit with us. Well, with Phil's penis. And it was enjoyable for us to do this show. We talked about it a little bit on the French show that we did with One Shot Media this past week, but honestly, we continue to do this. This is not a monetary thing for us. Obviously, we promote our products and we promote Innokin because that's the company that we work for. But YouTube is a way for us to continue to stay in touch with you guys. It's our way of contributing to the community. It's our way of trying to entertain you and also keep you educated on a lot of things. A lot of the stuff that we do here on Phil's channel between the Smoker Show and the DP Show sometimes is educational, and hopefully you'll learn something as well too. But most of all, give you a little bit of relief from the daily stress, whether it's vaping related or otherwise. Maybe, your wife was bitching on something. Maybe she didn't make you a sandwich. Maybe, there's a lot of things out there that could be stressing you out. So we hope that us continuing to do this.
She did not rub your Dimitri.
Maybe she did not rub your Dimitri.
She did not do that, maybe.
Yes.
Hold on. David Blackman is writing. I'm dying to know what he wants engraved.
He's whining. He's whining like a little bit. I told you.
It's taking him a long time to type this.
Oh, God. It's going to be a whole paragraph.
Oh,
yeah, by the way.
It's simple.
By the way, I do want to thank the sponsor of the show, of course, one more time. My ex-toy. Very, very happy to. I want to thank Britney Spears for making an appearance on the.
Jesus Christ! You got the hots for Britney too.
Who doesn't have the hots? If you don't have the hots for Britney, even in her worst, even bald-headed, I had the hots for Britney. Bro.
Oh my God!
You're not masculine if you don't have the hots for Britney.
Britney and Jennifer Aniston. Did you watch the Friends reunion?
No.
She's still so damn cute.
Is she?
Yeah, he wants Fiddler.
Here's a question.
Which makes sense because he's a fiddler.
All right,
that's a wonderful thing, David. That is a terrific thing for you to have engraved on it. I love it.
I'm gonna put a poll. Everybody's more than welcome to join into this question. Phil, I'm gonna put you in a very difficult position. You have the opportunity to do whatever you want to with whatever you want to, but you can only choose one out of these three choices. You can do whatever you want to. I mean, the filthiest, nastiest, anything that you can think of. All your fantasies, anything that you want.
Of the choices. I don't even want to
hear the choices.
Here it comes.
Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
Or Ivanka Trump.
Oh my God! I knew Ivanka was coming next. I knew Ivanka was coming next. Shit.
That's a tough one. Let's go, chat. Let's go, chat. Answer. I want to see. Whoa, I knew I put him in a hard spot. Right? I put him in a very big one.
That is such a hard spot, man.
In more ways than
that's
one.
My three tops right there. That's my three. Okay. Anything I wanted.
Yes. Anything. And your wildest desires will be fulfilled, but you can only choose one.
So I'm curious who you think that I would go with.
I think you'd go with Ivanka.
It would be Britney.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow. Do you care to explain a little bit, or is it Gonna get us banned from YouTube.
Yeah, no, I don't need to explain my answer.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it would be Britney. Oh, I think because I think the love affair with Britney has been the longest. Because I was into Britney like back in the I'll tell you a funny story. Back in the DJing days, like I was into Britney. When I worked for corporate America, and I'm not going to get anybody fired here because I think the company's gone now. But anyway, when I worked for corporate America, it was me, two other guys, and the manager. And this was so politically incorrect. Every year we got a Britney Spears calendar, right? And we would go into the manager's office at the beginning of every month.
I haven't heard this story.
Flip the page.
Yeah, I haven't heard.
And we would sit there and have like a 10 to 15 minute discussion of the photo, the next photo for that month.
Oh, really?
It was really funny. So I think it would have to be Britney.
Wow.
Not in the shaved hair days, though.
Listen, there's some comments on here. Even bald, I like Britney, says Kid Bass. Even with no hair, Britney Spears still had that super sexy body of death, says Red Vapes and Advocacy. I agree.
She does, man. Like right from the early video where she's in the little schoolgirl outfit. She's cute. She's cute.
Britney had really pretty eyes as well too, I thought. I mean, I'm not trying to get romantic or anything like that, but she had a very sexy look in her face, and starting with her eyes.
Yes, you do. I'm like
John Haymaker says Jennifer Aniston.
I love this. All three die with a smile on my face.
You're too old for that, bro. You're definitely gonna die. You're definitely gonna die. I don't know if you're gonna have a smile on your face, but you're definitely gonna die. If you had all three.
I just think Britney would be the most fun too.
Michael says I'm gay, so that's all right, Michael. I mean, it's just it could be a hypothetical situation for you.
So hey, Michael, if you could do anything, the most disgusting things with either me or Dimitri.
With me, that's a great question. Yeah, Michael, you can fulfill your deepest desires. You can do anything you want to. You can spank us. You can, I don't know, fucking tie us. Between me and Phil, who would you choose?
Michael, remember,
we're probably discussing him to death anyway.
The poor guy's probably throwing up in his own mouth. He's
probably throwing up.
Remember, Michael, you saw me in these.
Chris Hemworth says Katerina. Katerina says Chris Hemworth. Chris Hemworth?
Well, that's Thor, isn't it?
Yeah, whatever. So Brittany replaced Phil's number one choice of Judy Jetson, says Bill. Raquel Welch will always be the hottest, says Marshall. Well, Marshall's old, so of course he's going to go with Raquel Welch. Schoolgirl outfit was the best, as Peter West.
You know who else would be in my list?
Who?
Denise Richards.
Yeah, but between those three and Denise Richards, she wouldn't be. I think she'd be on the bottom of the list.
Oh, it would still be Brittany.
Yeah. I think she'd be on the bottom. I don't think. Yeah. I mean, she's hot. Don't get me wrong. Who am I to say? I think Michael passed out. I think Michael listened to the question and probably had that thought in his head and probably passed out. Probably had a heart attack. Michael said he would choose Phil.
He's like, what? What are you throwing your hands up there for?
He said he would choose Phil. Once again, Phil is the lucky guy.
Thanks, Michael.
Once again.
I appreciate that, man. I'm honored by that. You know,
he says you got a nice package. Oh, I guess Michael doesn't like him big.
I'm a grower, not a shower, man. Yeah. Plus, I last a lot longer than
you do. You do. That's true. True story. Can't lie.
Back in the day, there was a club that we used to go to. It was called Tilt. I'm pretty sure it was called Tilt, and they had a drag show. We used to go for fun to go to the drag show, and I'll never forget. I won a contest, and they brought me up on stage, and I got a gay cruise line T-shirt. That's what I won, a gay cruise line T-shirt.
Funny.
And I came back, and there were these two guys that were hitting on me, and like a lot of people be like grossed out by that. To me, I was like, yeah, man, I'm attractive to the opposite sex and the same sex. Woohoo, go me. I don't care.
Let me tell you something. I've helped.
That's a compliment. To me, that's a compliment.
I've helped a lot of people in the LGBTQ Facebook group quit smoking. A lot of women, gay women, a lot of gay women. One of my best friends is Nicole is happily married now. Congratulations to her. But yeah, no problem with that. Here's another really good comment. 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗹 says he would choose Phil because he wouldn't reach the cheeks. Oh, that is a great comment.
Boy, this show really went south, didn't it?
Really did. 10 people always look better naked. That is true, man. You see me naked, it's a scary thought. I've lost the weight. I'm flabby. I'm pale,
lines, man.
Oh my god, I love
absolutely tan lines.
I love tan lines,
and that is something else that we discussed on David's show.
Such a huge
I went through the whole shaving process.
Yes. Go and watch it. Go watch it.
Start to finish. It's a very interesting.
Go
process.
One Shot Media on YouTube and watch the entire show. It's hilarious. It's all in English, and Phil went through his entire body grooming process with show and tell, by the way, with products.
Show and tell. And you've actually received that twice now. You've received it on my birthday live, which no longer exists, thank God.
Yes.
And you've now received it on David's,
which is never gonna. It was just always gonna be there. He's never gonna. It's probably gonna be his most viewed video.
Bruni, I tell you what, man. There is no hate in my blood for anybody.
Well, I wouldn't say anybody.
All right, okay.
There's a few people that you hate.
Like I can
throw names if you want.
Like I live by be what you want to be who you are, and the only thing I don't like is just like bad people, like people who through their actions take away my liberties and freedoms,
Yes.
and like I think that's where I kind of draw the line. But like everything else, I've met so many good people in vaping that a lot of people would look from the outside, they would look in and they would say, oh my god, like that guy's weird or that girl's weird or they're strange because of how they look or they dress or the piercings or the tattoos. Not me. What's most important is what's in your heart.
Oh, what can I say to top that? I can't.
You can't, man.
Thank you, Bill. Yeah, we're still doing it as long as we can. We're gonna keep on doing it. We said that on the show with David as well too, because it's fun and it's enjoyable, and we love hanging out with you guys. And yeah, that's it for the DP show. Next week we're not gonna have a show, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Well, actually, okay. All right, go ahead. You go first. Go ahead.
I will not be here. How about that? My youngest daughter, which has been dancing for 11 years, she is 15 now. For the first time ever, will participate in the national dance competition in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. She's danced regionals. She's done competition dance all these years, but she's never been to a national. This year was the first year that she decided, she's kind of breaking out of her shell a little bit. She dances with her troupe. She dances with a school. And then this year she decided to do a solo dance where she's by herself on the stage. And she did really, really great this year. I was really, really proud of her. She got invited for her solo and her troupe to go and dance in the nationals. And that competition is going to be next week. So I'm going to be leaving Tuesday and I won't be back until the following Monday. If they're going to be dancing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and if they win, they're going to be dancing Saturday as well too. So I'm going to make a little mini vacation out of it as well to take the girls up there to Wilderness at the Smokies up at Pigeon Forge and try to have a good time as well too. So I'm very, very excited for her. Everybody wish her good luck. So I won't be here next week. But Phil.
Yeah, but before that, sometimes with these dance your recitals and these dance groups when they travel, they do like father-daughter dances.
Yeah,
and they do like please sign up for that.
Absolutely, I would.
When you do sign up for that, let me know where it is because I will bring every camera that I own.
Me and Lena,
every one. Okay?
Let me tell you something. My youngest daughter, we go to daddy-daughter dances every year. This year we didn't go because of COVID, but the year
no, not that daddy-daughter dances. I'm talking about
competition.
Like, dance routines. Dance routine. Like I've seen that. Like, my niece, when she did some of her dance routines, they would have sometimes they would do the parents would get together and do like routines. That's what
your brother John did a dance routine. Is that what you're saying?
No, not that niece.
Oh, okay.
My niece Danielle.
Okay.
Right. And please do that. Please.
All right.
Because really, I would bring every camera that I have and buy more.
I'm gonna do it.
No, but next Tuesday, maybe. I've already talked to him. He did say yes. The same way I had Daniel on the show for the DP show, and we kind of did a 1 hour tech talk kind of. I might have Mooch on.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And we're going to be talking about super fast charging and that device that 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗀 put out with the super fast charging. Okay, so
that'd be fun.
Maybe we'll do that next Tuesday. It won't be a long show, but it'll at least be filler.
Sounds good. All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We really appreciate you. Make sure you hit the like button. You know, it's free. Doesn't cost anything. And it really helps the algorithm in YouTube. Yeah, go back and watch that show on One Shot Media. I'm telling you, it is 2 hours of pure comedy gold. You can bypass the first 30 minutes where we talk about our products and then get into an hour and a half where we talk about everything else, vaping, including Phil's underwear. So, yeah. Anything you want to add, Phil?
No. What more can you say over that? Really?
Nothing really.
I sleep with this at night, you know. I just have it next
Do you put
to
it next to your face? Oh, that's so sweet.
It's very comfortable.
That's so sweet. I always feel that I'm close to your junk too when I see
it. Yeah. You've been close to my junk. For real.
I have. Unfortunately. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.
All right.
Oh, Jesus.